loyalty. Fell in love with an island girl. I told her only time we tell.
She likes the ice and the ride as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell.
Fell in love with an island girl. Yeah. I told her only time we tell.
She likes the ride and the ice as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell.
Man, I can't trust myself. I don't even need no help. Did it by myself, I don't need no help. Tryna stack money like books on the shelf.
Hundreds in the bag, got me feeling like the man. Shorty body hot sun in the summer on the sand. Way she's working for it, got me feeling like the man. Shorty body hot sun in the summer on the sand.
Did it by myself like a selfie. Nobody try to help me. Came to the club with an island girl. I'ma take it to the crib and let me buy you pearls.
Did it by myself, no one help me, yeah. Now these bitches want a selfie. I like big gold chains, I like big gold rings. Let me take it to the crib and let me buy you things.
Fell in love with an island girl. I told her only time will tell.
She likes the ride and the ice as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell.
Did it by myself like a selfie, yeah. Nobody try to help me, yeah.
She likes the ice and the ride as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell. Big dog status, two-tone paddock. Okay. Stacks in the crib, I got a two-floor attic.
Got a two-floor attic, got your girl in the attic. But I'ma bring her right back, dude, don't panic, I'm savage. And nigga, if it's beef, we can manage.
I know a couple guys who walk around with automatics. I got big dog status, I ain't playing, I ain't average. I'ma leave you in static, I'ma leave you in static.
Fell in love with an island girl. I told her only time we tell.
She likes the ice and the ride as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell.
Fell in love with an island girl. Yeah. I told her only time we tell.
She likes the ride and the ice as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell.
Take note.
Tino, babe.
Yo, Tino, he'll get his dome pop. Satin blue on his whip, but he ain't no cop. Don't stop, spray up his motor till it smokes up. Cause what I bought for insurance, I have it wrote off, you joker. Suck on your mum and take note, cause the four ring up in his grill. That grandma stove top, don't flop. Fuck up the game like this was Roblox. Oh gunner, running this field, I'm for your walk up. Drum roll, load up a cannon and give her more shots. I put your face on a beam, now you're Zordon. Treat you like an old sketchbook, you'll get drawn on. I lead your girl from the back, I'm that raw blood. Wait, who the fuck feels they could do me something? I'll roll up in your ends with a toolie busting. 32 ugly as shit, like Miss Rooney's husband. Somebody cut me a deal, I'm just too disgusting. Niggas think they next in line, but they ain't doing nothing. Mask on, metal in hand, Freddy Krueger's coming. Tools all up in your home, I'm here to fix the plumbing. House blown, toaster run, leak gas from your oven. Diol on your girlfriend's face, and she best get to sucking. Head game resemble my dad, cause it was good for nothing. Yeah, I'm still vegan, but I'm down for beef. Niggas think they slick with a dialect, but talk is cheap. Watch your mouth, little nigga, because I roll with heat. Top said there's no returns, and I see no receipt. I put your boy in the back like he was groceries. Riding round with the burner boy in case I find any extendo. Licking off shots until it overheats. No mask, did it barefaced, just so they know it's me. Eyes closed, chest wide open, heart surgery. Usher said just let it burn, let's make it third degree. Niggas think everything's jokes until you shoot his queen. Shot was funny as shit, it barely missed the beam. Wax on, then wax off to leave the burner clean. Then open up the Uber app to flee the murder scene. Waving a stick will make them levitate. I raise a toast in the air, let's celebrate. See a couple holding a blade like it's wedding day. And you can leave with a slash, just like wedding cake. Bitches on snap in the snacks. Oh no you ain't, know your place. Word to flawless, you look like bellyache. Beat my dick all off in the face and let it detonate. All facts, just ask your mum, she'll demonstrate. Damn right babes, I'm a jerk, just let it marinate. I gave it a beat like I was tenfold. And some retarded head, my tongue's mental. Babes, if you died and you died, cause you was meant to. Nigga, all I do is draw, I'm a pencil. Run up on you niggas like the rent's due. Dude, screwed, if I see food, you're on the menu. Your homies have to find the Dragon Balls to resurrect you. Fuck it, you niggas can all hate. I'm better than all of you niggas I don't rate. If your girl's fit, 4 + 4, she'll get 8. I'm a chiropractor back, just setting them all straight. Scorps, take note.
Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Manchester United Manchester City podcast, where we discuss all things Manchester United and all things Manchester City. Myself and Mr. Veta Games TV, and a lot going on with both of the Manchester clubs as well. With on the Manchester United side of things, all the reports are saying Manchester United have agreed terms with Ederson, agreed personal terms, and are now trying to negotiate a fee with Atalanta, talking anything. I think it's like 35 to 38 million pounds. And also speaking of Manchester United and well, transfer news as well. Marcus Rashford. And when I say that, it's because Anthony Gordon is now officially gone. We got the here we go to Barcelona. So now it's looking that Barcelona won't sign Marcus Rashford. He will be back at Manchester United. I don't think he'll stay at Manchester United, so it's looking like it'll be a transfer elsewhere or a loan elsewhere. Of course, we got the Bruno Fernandes versus Roy Keane situation as well, and more transfer news with Manchester United with all the midfielder links. Elliot Anderson, it seems he's Manchester City bound, even though United are interested. You've got that Chouameni's named as a dream signing, but that looks unlikely. You've got Tonali, you've got Baliba, you've got Mateus Fernandes, you've got Wharton. The list goes on, people. And on the Manchester City side of things, is their dynasty over? It's now been 2 seasons without a Premier League, or without 2 seasons without a Premier League. And I think it's 3 seasons without a Champions League now for Manchester City. You've got Pep leaving, Enzo Maresca taking over. Who else is going to leave? Of course, you got Bernardo Silva leaving. Is a Haaland going to leave? Is a Rodri going to leave? They've also been linked to Enzo Fernandez as well. So we'll be discussing all of those things plus more people as well. So big up to everyone in the chat. I see all of you lot. Big up to Luis Gomez Jr. Big up Certified SB. I'll see you when you get back as well. So make sure, actually, first and foremost, big up everyone supporting Sarcasm City TV. As always, I appreciate everyone who supports in whatever capacity. But please make sure you pay the tax when you enter the city of Sarcasm. I don't know why my camera's moving funny. But yes, pay the tax when you enter the city of Sarcasm. So I need everybody to hit the like button on the video, first and foremost. Whether you're watching this live right now or whether you're watching this back after, hit the like button on the video. Follow and share across all the socials. Yes, it's flawless at Sarcasm City TV, at Sarcasm City TV. Yes, it's flawless on Twitter and Instagram. Retweet or like on Twitter/X. Share on Instagram. Equally as important as well, make sure you subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. Hit the notification bell. Road to 17,000 subscribers here on Sarcasm City TV. And he's also in the building as well. I say, man, one of the most underrated content creators, one of the best content creators, one of the best content creators to verbally spar with and get his opinions on things as well. And like I say, man, one of the best exports ever from Canada, behind maple syrup and Trish Stratus. So we got to welcome none other than last name Games, first name Veta to the show. Man is in the building. Veta, what are you telling me?
Yo, flawless. Appreciate that intro, my man. Appreciate that intro. Listen, the six is winning. The six is winning right now. I can't be mad at obviously one of the top guys in the rap game right now. Did his thing, released 3 albums. We can talk about that on another show. But I got to keep the tradition going. I got to be a lyricist. I got to be out there with the switch up and flows. I got to be able to deal with all of that. I got to represent Toronto properly. So let me just do things properly, man. Let me just...
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
Vader Games.
Oh, this background, flawless. This background says a lot. It says a lot, and I had to come through with what's one of the iconic kits that it's going to be so memorable for City fans, because it was the kit that only your club and my club were able to do, and I know other fans can't quite relate, but the manager that delivered a treble is no longer here, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you, man.
Well,
the scenes of the departure were tough. They were tough to kind of come to terms with, because many think that take things as they go. My, you know what, it's not that big of a deal. My, you know what, I'm not that fussed is a gimmick. Like that I'm just doing it to protect myself versus the rivals or anything like that.
Welcome to my world, man. Go on, carry on.
Okay, well, we got different worlds, but I'm just saying.
No, I'm saying in that instance, I get the same thing, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, so
the same thing gets said about
me. And again, this is why I
it.
said you and I can relate with regards to some of the greatness that have been achieved at our clubs. You and I can relate when some don't quite understand the perspective that we have when we've seen it all.
Yeah,
we've experienced it all. And I'll be honest with you, like it was tough to see all the winning that was happening over there at Manchester United. It was tough to see, and even tough to have some of the convos. Well, it was definitely tough to have some of the convos when it came down to like why you guys weren't really that good or why you kind of root for other teams. But it comes full circle because all that energy that I remember putting onto United, funny enough, I never expected it, but I've now felt it. I felt all of that type of, let's call it hate or jealousy or dislike, but I never imagined it. This is why the scenes on the weekend were tough because yes, Pep was coming to Manchester City. Yes, we expected to be in the mix with regards to, hey, maybe we can go on and win a Champions League. Maybe we can go on and win some more Prems. But at the rate that he did it, I'm not lying to you, completely unexpected. And the reason why we've kind of had our battles here or there, or I've had to have these conversations with some rivals, being like, Vader, what the heck are you doing here? Your standards need to be higher. What, you don't think City are favorites? You got Pep every season. City should be favorites. Like weird things like that where I'm happy for him because he was never going to be here forever. I wish he left in a different way. I think we were really close. Not that we were primed and ready to do it, but I think we were really close and we could have won this Prem. But for him to leave and accomplish everything that he did, for him to do things, and Flawless, I'm going to tell you this right now.
Well,
I'm in my Denzel right now. I ain't taking no shots at you, so I'm telling you that this isn't addressed to you.
No.
So when it comes down to a manager, and I don't want the comparison, but I don't want the disrespect with regards to Pep. He's done things in the history of this English league that has never been done before. So I'm not trying to say you need to one-up him over Sir Alex or any of that. I'm just saying don't disrespect Pep and being like, you know what, all that kind of came easy because of, listen, nah.
No, that's just hate.
It is just hate. There's some insecurities out there. There's some, not you, Flawless, but there's some that want to give the Heisman. They want to give the Heisman stiff arm. They want to make sure that Pep is nowhere near any conversation with regards to Sir Alex Ferguson. And I get all that. But I'll be honest with you, the pride that I have for Manchester, because again, when we look and where this has happened, it's on the red side and it's been on the blue side. Only in Manchester do we have treble winners. Only in Manchester do we have, with regards to the Prem, 3-peats, right? Mm-hmm. Only. And I love that. Now, Pep did a madness. 10 years. 10 years. And some want to say, you know, it's not 20 trophies, it's 17 because no one wants to count the community shields.
Yeah, I don't count them. It felt like
I know you don't count.
It felt like 30 years, but going. I'm so glad he's gone, man. I'm tired of this guy. Sorry, going.
Oh, this guy's tired.
Yes, I'm tired of seeing him win. It felt like 20 years. It feels much longer than 10 years he's been in. This guy's been a fucking tyrant, man. He's been a tyrant in my
honestly, it feels like it's been 5 years. No, it feels like it was 5 years. I can't believe it's 10.
I've not disliked a manager more from a competitor standpoint than him. Like I've disliked some others, but he has been a tyrant. And that's respectful because he won so much.
It is respectful. It is respectful.
Yeah.
So
because he won so much. I was just hating. That's just straight hate. Go on.
And again, we do shows once a week. We have the combos. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Pep was only looking to do 9 years. Like the run that we had last season, if it wasn't as bad as that was, I think Pep would have been like, you know what, I'm leaving. I'm moving on. But and I respect it so much. He's like, I can't leave the house like this. You know the work morning where you're rushing, you don't make the bed, you leave the dishes on the sink, you don't put any, you leave everything on the counter, you don't put it in the sink, you just leave the food out. Like he was like, I'm not leaving the house like this. I'm not doing that. So I respect him for it. The season that we had, phenomenal. We were so narrow. I mean, yes, for those that need to hear it, City did fail with regards to winning the domestic trouble. They did fail. But the trophies that he was able to deliver, the moments, and not only that, the club in its entirety. We got the women's program, we got the youth program. There was so much to kind of celebrate, even with the departure of a great like Pep. I've got the departure of a Bernardo Silva. I've got the departure of a John Stones, potentially a Kovacic, potentially Nathan Ake. Like,
jeez, yeah,
there's a lot of experience that's going to be leaving this club, and it was just a weekend to reflect.
Well, you carry on. Hey, big up to Ash as well for joining the membership. Appreciate you, Ash, if you're still in the chat. Links in the pin comment. You just joined the membership, Ash.
Nice.
Appreciate you. Big up, man, every single time. Shout out Duncy, Certified Jez. I see all you lot in the chat, man. Said run the thing wrong vid. Big up, everyone tapped in. Go on, Dale. Carry on. I know you got plenty to say.
Yeah, I mean, this season played out in a funny way, but I think what people need to understand and can't ignore is y'all needed City. Let's take a step back. Let's be real. Flawless, come on now. Y'all needed City this season. Had this season not had us, let's do the Tony Stark Iron Man snap. Take City out of this season. Terrible. And I want to ask the chat this. Everybody in the chat, Flawless knows I like to come with a few questions. I had a question for Flawless, but I'm going to ask the chat this first. There's been a lot of seasons, a lot of speculations with regards to, Flawless likes to say, you know what? It hurts either way. What, you're going to ask whether you chop off my left hand or my right hand? Either way, I lose. Okay. And I asked Flawless, well, there's losing because he's predominantly he's right-handed. He writes right-handed. You know what I mean? He signs autographs right-handed. Hey, you can lose your right hand.
Carry on, man.
What did I say was wrong?
About he signs autographs right-handed. I ain't signing no autographs, yo. This guy, go on, carry on.
All right. He's playing modest. If he were to sign autographs, it'd be with his right hand. But what I'm saying is, you can lose your right hand or you can use your left hand.
You don't see it on the screen. Shout out to he's always the look that was Prime. You did that's for the members on the extra channel as well. Shout out to Prime.
What's Prime doing?
That's really. This was when you I'm holistic like that. I think of obvious you selfish bum. That's when you called me a selfish bum a week ago. So that and Prime put a clip together. So go check that out. That just ties into what you were saying now. So I thought this was very fitting.
No, it's perfect.
But go on.
It's perfect. Because and again, there is a holiness, there is a worthiness to it. But I asked the question, and Flawless was like, "Nah, they're both bad." And I had to press him. He didn't want to admit. Now, season after season, without City, Liverpool don't tie. Without City, Liverpool would have tied the 2020 that him and Liverpool have right now a lot sooner. I tried to do as much as I can.
That's true, but that's just like I've said before on that's just for bragging rights. It don't
matter. I hear it.
That's me personally. For others, it might do. Let's say Liverpool were to get 21 before we get before us out. Obviously, I'd be pissed. I won't be like, oh my god, it's like Arsenal having 14 or you having 10. Is it
10? We got 10. Yeah,
10.
Yeah,
you got 10. Or let's say Chelsea were to get their 7th or whoever else. Leeds were to get Leeds getting one. I think they've got one. But you understand my overall point.
Yeah, I get the point. So I've tried as much as I could to kind of prevent all of that, right? There was also the question, because Flawless was like, Arsenal or City? And obviously, the last few years now, he's had to live with the reality of it being City, right? I mean, we've been in 3 title races so far, and City have won 2. Arsenal just won theirs. But I'm asking the chat, I'm asking the chat. Be real about it. Chat, be real. Flawless. I'm gonna ask you to be real.
Oh,
You've had the. You know what? You've chopped off my left arm for a few seasons now. City winning the Prem. You're now experiencing for the first time your right hand getting chopped off. Be real with me, chat. Come on, be real. I know it's not official yet. They need to do their whole parade and all that stuff. But you've already seen a glimpse. You've already seen the Arsenal fans with the energy, with the acknowledgement, the understanding that they've won the Prem. Be honest. Has it been? What's been worse, chat? City winning the Prem and all that's been said and done?
But we knew that in regards to social media.
No, don't break it down. Don't break it down just to social media. Don't just do that.
So why are you
don't just break it down to social media.
It's only social media and personal life that I can think of. But go on, maybe you got something else.
No, everything. Your entire life. Let me be real. Your entire life. When it comes down to when City has won the Prem, when it has come down to City winning the Prem, and now you're experiencing Arsenal winning the Prem. Be real. Come on.
Yeah.
Which one's worse?
Which one has been worse?
Yeah.
It's been Arsenal.
Okay.
But that was already known beforehand. That
no, was it? No, you. What was your analogy? You're asking me to what?
No, it's not either way because I have the hierarchy of the teams I dislike. I'll go one further. I dislike. You know this, and I've said this. Liverpool are number one up.
You don't need to do that. No.
I
get that. But that's not the scenario.
No, but I'm going to explain something. Arsenal winning it from then Arsenal's been worse than Liverpool, even though I dislike Liverpool more.
Okay.
Their fans are just more annoying. But it doesn't it don't make it, but you lot winning it don't make it any better. I don't think, oh my God, well, at least City did it. This could be way worse.
No, I'm not doing. No, you don't have to do all that. It's not about I feel better. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying because I've been asking you the question. You kind of been dodging it. You're like it's the same. Yeah, it's the same. I don't want either of you.
Nah, I don't.
Let's be real. Now I know you don't want either.
Yeah.
But if you're going to have one or the other, now that you've experienced it, Flawless.
Stop
it! What's going on?
I can't pick her up to say, yeah, it's them. Like, no, I agree with you. Arsenal is worse. Yes, it's worse from a social media perspective, and it's worse from a personal life perspective.
Yeah.
I actually know more Arsenal.
So City. Fans. So you prefer City. You don't want to say it, but you're saying it.
I don't prefer.
You're doing chat. You see it, right? Chat. You see it. He doesn't want to say it, but he's saying it
because they're both awful. They're both awful.
I know they're both
like
awful.
One tragedy is worse than the one. Like you're telling me to pick between two tragedies.
Yes,
they're both tragedies.
You're gonna lose your left hand or your right hand.
I don't think it's left or right hand. It's left arm and right. It's left leg and left arm. It's not right and left. Right and left, there's a distinct difference. It's left leg and left arm, to be honest. If we're being really real.
My gosh!
I actually scratch that. It's like I don't know, index finger and middle finger on the left hand. That's what it's. That's a more accurate one. Losing either of them, like that's what it is. You'd probably prefer,
all right, you don't want to fess up. You don't want to own it. You don't want to be real with me. That's all good.
You keep pushing this
because we know
because the chat. I agree with you. Chat. Arsenal, but I agree with you. Arsenal is worse, yes, but I'm not picking you lot. Never. I'm never picking
another reason why, and you know how I knew this. I knew this even from the beginning, because Arsenal were worse leading into the possibility of even winning.
Oh yeah,
they didn't even know how to act while they were on their way to winning it.
You gotta understand, I've said this before. I've been warring Arsenal fans from when I started watching football. From 5-6 years old. So from when I've started getting into football, 95, 96 onwards, Arsenal were the up. So all the way from 95 up until where they kind of fell off like 03. And then even after that, we still had battles with them after that. So my entire life has gone into that.
I hear it. Now.
So we had to say, City, no, my family would disown me. Nah, fuck you lot. You know what I'm saying? And that. When you lot conceded against who was it? What game was you lot playing? Was it Bournemouth or was it Evan? It was the Bournemouth game. And you scored, my mum cheered that shit. I was like, yeah, that's right. She can't stand you lot either, but she don't want Arsenal to win the league. But it's still it's still F you lot. But go on, carry on.
I get that. I just
Let me
want to
get to these-
have.
Yeah, so you still trying. Let me get to these 2 super chats and we'll go back to it. Hey, Don C, I appreciate you. Big up, man, with your stupid smiling face. But big up, Don C. Make sure you subscribe to Don C. That's been the most annoying part. Big up Blank for the super chat as well. Says, I was worried about Ederson's pace and athleticism, but based on UEFA stats, they recorded his top speed at 34 kilometers per hour. That's what a central midfielder needs in the Prem. He's big and strong. His signing looks good. Again, Black, with this, before we get back to what me and Vega was talking about with the Ederson signing, I've not watched him for 90 minutes ever. So I'm only going based off what other people have told me and his profile. From what I hear from his profile, good. You mentioned it here about the physicality. That seems tied down, technically sound. And the thing I talk about all the time is price point. They're saying 38 million. It's looking like he's going to join and be that third midfielder. Cool. I have no qualms with this. It seems like it's good business. I'm all with it. Like I said, technically good. 38 million. The physicality is there. Seems to have the right mentality. Let's run it. So that's why. And a lot of United fans crashing out about it ain't watched him. But that's just the United fan base in a nutshell. How you can crash out about a player you've not watched, I don't know. I don't get it. You can say you have your reservations about it, as I do. But to completely crash out and say he's not good enough, and if I ask you how many games you can't even tell me what Atalanta's home stadium's called. But yet, you can't even tell me what their away kit looks like. You can't even tell me who his central midfielder partner is. But people are crashing out about, oh, it's an awful signing. But people did the same shit about Lemens. People said, Paul Scholes, love him as a legend. Did the same shit about Lemens. I know he never watched nobody. I don't even know now. I can't even remember now which Belgian side Lemens came from. But people was writing him off. Not good enough. It's like, have you watched him? No. So how do we know? You telling me the album's terrible and you ain't listened to the album? What was saying? You seen the cover? I said, yeah, I just seen the cover and the features and yeah, it's terrible. Well, at least listen to it. But yeah, Blank, we need 3 midfielders. He's probably going to be the third, it's looking like. So I think we'll be all right. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Big up to Blank again for this super chat. Says Vader, this guy is big up, man. This guy been doing this to every up on the channel. They are interested in Money Mace. I think he's a fantastic signing for the Maresca rebuild. Passion Press and Hair Flicks. Duracell Bunny. Extraordinaire. Fire emoji. Your thoughts?
Money Mace is a current United player. I'm gonna tell you guys, we ain't shopping like that. We ain't doing the yard sales. We're not doing the garage sales, or I don't know what y'all call them over there. But nah, we ain't buying anything from that side of Manchester. Y'all gonna have to get him to go somewhere else. I don't know how many years does he have left on his contract.
Too flipping many. But you know what? In fairness to the ownership, it wasn't on them, to be honest. This is before them. Well, it was an awful sign.
Yeah. Oh, no. Glazers, Ineos, they've been on point. The Glazers, I hear that.
Yeah, it was awful. But I think 3 years, maybe.
Yeah. If anything, I think English player, he's probably just going to ride it out. There's nowhere of a larger profile there you can go. I think he might even be, because from what I understand, I think he's in like a lot of promos. He's got the look that many want with regards to.
He got 2 years left.
Advertisements and stuff. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's just gonna.
Unfortunately, but you know what? I don't mind. You don't play now, so I ain't even really too fussed. I'm not as fussed about it as others.
Yeah. I mean,
because he don't play, like he barely plays now. So it's like if we do what we're supposed to, he's not making squads and playing like often. So.
And if he happens to play, it's probably because I would think he would have had to earn it with this manager, right? Like it's not maybe a key starter, but if he does play, it's because
no key starter business. Yeah. So yeah, that's how I look at it in regards to it. Let me get through this.
Crazy.
Yeah, like I can't. And people have argued me down about that shit. It's fucking mad. Big up Blank as well, says hashtag City needs Money Mace, hashtag Duracell forever, hashtag City loves Mark.
It ain't happening, Blank.
He did this with the Liverpool. Was it the Arsenal?
It ain't happening. I rate what he was under Lampard. I can't lie. He looked a player. He was putting in a shift, but since he's in coast mode. He's living a life. I don't know if he's been injury plagued or whatever, but hey, he's not. He's not coming over here. We've got so much rebuilding we need to do. Like,
Seems
I'm gonna
everyone's
tell
on
you
that,
this,
to be honest.
Flawless.
We'll go on.
I'm looking forward to, and it still needs to be official for when Maresca is the manager over here at Manchester City. But I hear a lot of people saying, you know what, it's great that Arsenal won because now with Arsenal winning, we can have football conversations. We can now talk about the game, talk about tactics, talk about players and stuff. I want to also use that same energy. Something like judo. You know what? If I was into martial arts, I think my discipline would be judo. I would like to use the weight of my opponent against them.
That's Veterism, 100%.
I appreciate that. I would like to now have the footballing conversation now that Pep's gone. Right? Because before when Pep was here, it's like, oh, City are favorites, best manager in the league, best manager in the world. Let's not have any conversations with regards to who's on the squad, what deficiencies might be, who might be available, who might be injured, all that kind of stuff. My manager made Mateus Nunes an afterthought. Nobody thought of, you know what, City don't even have a proper right back. No one thought about that. No one had an issue. You know what? We had our academy guy, Nico O'Reilly, put in a phenomenal season, well deserving of being Young Player of the Year. But we had Nico O'Reilly playing left back, and it was like, again, just take it for granted. This wasn't a high profile, high spend with regards to left back, got the job done. I'm looking forward to, again, the football conversations. I'm looking forward to, you know what, we're not going to start a season and everybody's going to say City are favorites for the UCL and the Prem.
I'd prefer that. I'd prefer that, to be honest. Run me that.
I'm so much looking forward to it.
It means I'm doing something right.
It means you're doing something right?
Your club. If everybody says in the footballing conversation, you lot are favorites for this, and that, for whatever reason, it means you've got something there.
No, but this is the point that I'm making.
You just want to have more interesting conversations surrounding it, is what you're saying.
I mean, it was, again, it's lazy to say because, again, even at the time when Klopp was in this league,
yeah,
right? And Klopp had his squad, and Klopp obviously had his style of play, which had its advantages. Absolutely. Many, by default, just said, "Yeah, I saw what Liverpool did, winning the UCL. I saw what Liverpool did in that same season, losing by 1 point to City. You know what? But next year, City are still favorites.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward
because Pep was better than Klopp, and you had a better team than him, so that's why.
So, if I was only,
it might have been only a point. So it's more of a conversation, but you are still, just because you are classed as favorites don't mean you can't finish second. It doesn't mean Liverpool can't topple you. But if we look at it, we go, Pep's better than Klopp, your team is better than theirs. So therefore we expect your favorites, and that's why we expect you lot to win. Doesn't mean that you can't have the conversation about them overtaking you, because we watch second favorites. We've seen teams who are second favorites win league titles, so it can happen. But in regards to the combo, yes.
And we hold
Pep standards.
And you know what is 100% happening next season?
Go on.
City aren't favorites.
Depends on your window.
Don't do this. Chat, those of you listening on the listening platforms, you may have missed it. I said that City aren't favorites. Flawless had this confused. He started scratching the back of his head like, you know what? I'm not too sure.
It depends
Tune
on
into the YouTube. Tune into YouTube, subscribe.
It fully depends on your window.
No, stop it.
What do you mean stop it? It does depend on your window.
No.
How are you telling me it don't depend? So if you lot have an exceptional window and bring in quality, why couldn't? I'm not saying you will be. I'm saying it could be.
No, there's no window.
Same way. Currently, Arsenal are currently favorites. Yes.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think it's very window. No,
it has nothing to do with the window. Just the same way it had nothing to do with the window when it was Pep. It was just by default, best manager in the league. They are favorites. Moving forward.
So who's the best manager in the league? We saying Arteta is the best manager in the league.
Who else would be?
Okay, so let's say Arteta is the best manager in the league.
Wait, who else would be?
Okay. So let's say it's Arteta. Cool. It's Arteta. It tells you where the league's at. Well, cool. It's Arteta. I have Arsenal's favorite. Yes, I agree. I'm agreeing with you. Let me land my point. The distance from Arteta and the rest isn't the distance between Pep and the rest. That's the huge difference.
What? But you just mentioned it, even with regards to Pep and Klopp. You said it was still going to be City. Sorry, I just heard.
No, it still was going to be. Yeah, all good. You lot run up the likes, hit the subscribe button as well. And in regards to what Vate is saying about it, it's like, no, it's still Pep. Like, he has a different level, even with him and Klopp. It's like him and the distance and the rest. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, this guy acts like he's not of the highest level. We talking like one of the GOAT managers, like Arteta isn't that. That's what that is. But you lot continue to run up the likes, hit the subscribe button as well. Big up to Blank as well, who says, Ederson, big up for the super chats. Like, hey, smoke emojis, fire emojis in the chat for Blank, man. Blank always supporting. Says Ederson costing 35 million and 85k a week salary. If he doesn't bang, it's not a loss. Legit, smart business, Champions League experience, and people crashing out. Like I said, it's the people crashing out when they haven't watched him. Like, you can have your reservations. You can be underwhelmed. You could want a better third choice midfielder. You could be skeptical that we go and sign 3 and he's actually going to be the second choice. All of that I hear. But it's literally the 28th of May or 27th of May where some of you lot are watching. Like, just relax. Like, just see it play out. People crash. I see people crashing out. Talking about, oh yeah, it's going to be Ederson and Maino.
Apologies.
Like, y'all good, fam. No stress, man. Family first. Just relax. Like, that's all that is. Just chill out and just let's see how it goes. Because the thing is, we've been linked to other midfield. No, it's not like there's one of two. We've been linked to multiple midfielders. There's like 6-7 names. It's like, yo, just relax. All the reports are saying we're gonna go back into the window and do it. It's like it's not gonna be Ederson alongside Maino. Like, just people just need to chill out going forward.
Ederson only getting 85k.
Something like that. He's
right.
not, yeah, because he's not on big money over there. So that's probably about right. He's going to be a third choice midfielder. That's probably about right. Let me check. How much is he on at Atalanta? I bet it's not a lot.
He's coming to United. There's like,
yeah, but like again, something that people want to sweep under the rug. Our wage bill has gone down significantly, but people don't talk about it. We've slashed our wage bill massively. We have
maybe going into the summer with Casemiro leaving. But
even before Casemiro, if you look at the people that have left, look at the number of people who have left over the past 4 or 5 years. We have slashed, our wages have gone down significantly. We had one of the highest wage bills. Now it's been significantly lowered, but it don't fit the narrative.
I'm gonna tell you this right now: Ederson is not getting 85 a week.
Well, he's on. Wait, that's euros. I'll tell you right now. 1 second. I don't even know what that
he's
is.
He's gonna get paid more than Ugarte, and he's on 120.
Wait 1 second. 49k. Why is that not? Wait 1 second. Let me have a look.
He's getting at least 100. At least.
So he's getting he's on 40k a week according to Google. 42k a week pounds at Atalanta. Yeah, so 85 makes sense. 85, 90 makes sense.
Wait. You think he should be paid less than Ugarte?
The guy I think should be on his way out. I don't think Ugarte should be the measuring stick.
All right.
How much is Ugarte on?
What about Delo? He's on 120.
How much is Ugarte on?
120.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. That shouldn't be the base 3. You're the third
Delo's
choice.
Delo's on 120.
And Delo's a first/second team of your third choice.
Euro's on 115.
Second choice.
Xerxes 105.
Second choice.
Wow.
These are all second and first choice.
So players. he's gonna get paid the same amount as Delo.
What's Delo one?
85.
Delo's a first teamer, yeah. Because Delo shouldn't be here. But yeah. Smart business. Very smart business. Okay. See that, people? Yeah, I'm saying, like, I've been doing smart business. So yeah, that's right. For a third choice midfielder, 85k is about right. Now, if he plays well and improves and does the business, his next contract extension, that'll get upped. Or if it's 85k, 90k, obviously this is
hold on.
Go.
So do you believe your scouting are talking to him saying you're coming to United to be our third choice midfielder?
I think so. I think that's pretty clear. That there's going to be, because we're known that we're signing there's going to be 2 midfielders as well. In addition, that doesn't mean that he won't get game time. But yes, I think it's clear. Because everyone knows we're going to sign a Marquis, they're saying Casemiro, Marquis signing replacement, Maino. So you're already behind those 2. So if we then go get another, you're third. Yes.
Wow.
You're 4 out of 4. Because like United should be doing is 2 plays. It's 2. What's it called? Is the one I'm looking for. It's 2 players for each position, as I've said. countless times. That's what it should be, of quality as well. So yeah, of course we're talking to him like that. This is Manchester United. What are we doing? You're coming from Atalanta, respectfully. What are we doing?
Whoa! Come on, one nice season. You can't be like, this is United. Like, you can't start that.
No, when I say that, no. I'm talking about in terms of profile and the money you're gonna make. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about on the pitch. I'm talking about the money. Your profile is going to go through the roof. Already, right now, I guarantee whatever his number of followers was on, say, his Instagram has already doubled.
Okay,
doubled.
Because United fans started following him. That doesn't mean nothing.
This is my point, but that don't happen with everyone, which then allows him to get more endorsements, which then allows you to charge more because you are. What did you just say about Money Mace? Yeah, he's on all the advertisements and everything like that.
He's
English. Can charge more. What we doing out here? Of course it is. So yes, that adds to it. We're putting more money in your pocket.
Okay, all right.
I'm saying, guaranteeing if he was at United, he probably makes the Brazil squad. Probably makes the World Cup squad.
If he's playing.
Yeah, of course, if he's playing of course he's got to be playing. That's the point I'm making. It's highly likely he does. It doesn't necessarily. Let me say that.
You think Casemiro
increases his chances? Increases, I should say, his chances.
Looking back on things, because this is, I'm in a reflective. You can see by the background. You think Casemiro regrets going to United? You think he's kind of like calm with it? Do you think? What was your vibe?
When he talks about Manchester United, he talks about United like he's been there for years. Even I was like, wow.
He might be a good salesman, but I mean, the player. Do you think?
Why would he do with you? Why would he do with you and be a great salesman?
Why would he what?
Why would he do it you? Why would he be like Vader and be a salesman like when you're trying to sell some bad shit? Why would he do that?
This is what I had to ask you again, because I'm like, I can't believe you just said
you are a great salesman. You are, man.
I'm not selling.
You are a great salesman.
See, I don't like these things.
You see, boxing, like UFC or boxing or anything. You as a promoter is crazy.
Chad, I don't like that, man. Flawless is trying to make it seem like I'm out here trying to sell you guys something. I'm not trying to sell you guys.
I'm saying you are, like, if you are trying to sell something that is bad, you are very good at it. You're a great salesman. Even if something is good, if I needed a product selling, I'm coming to you. If Sarcasm City TV ever blows up and I need to pitch something, I'm shouting you. Hey, Vaya, come, let's go. I got this money for you. Hey, pitch this to these people.
We'll have our peoples.
Yeah. Of course, we'll pattern it properly. But I'm saying you're brilliant at what you do. So the fact that you said that about Casemiro, he has no reason to lie at this point.
No, he doesn't. But I was asking it more so from like a player career or last few years within the sport, right? Because he joined you guys and got to play in the UCL one season.
Yeah,
is that right?
Yes, I believe so.
I know it was talked about, like,
but I don't think that would have been the aim. And I think Casemiro's at the point where he would have wanted it to be more successful here, but he'd already completed the game. United was just, if he was successful here, is a bonus. His career is already solidified. He's already before he kicked the ball for Manchester United, he's already one of the greatest ever. He sits at that table.
Do you think?
Go on.
And I know it's different ownership and stuff, but do you think United might have?
Tom, if you think he's definitely got reasons, go on.
Do you think United might have failed him because he shouldn't have joined you guys and been your best, I guess, defensive?
We definitely, I think we did fail him. Yes. We didn't do what we were supposed to because we've been a mess of a club for a long time. So did we fail him? Yes, I agree with that. 100%. But like I said, do I genuinely believe, like he has like when I heard him talk about a genuine connection to the club, same way Varane talks about us. But our fans are fanatics like that. Like if they love you, they love you. So I understand why that is. Because people who are loved by Manchester United fans will consistently talk about it years later. It's very rare you hear legends talk bad about the fans.
Yeah, I get that.
They'll still talk about the love, even if they have issues with managers, players, whatever else the case may be. Still sing their name as much as Keane has issues with the club. And we'll get into the Bruno situation. When he's on the touchline doing Sky or he's doing his punditry work, United fans are still singing his name. Obviously, they don't show that, but I know people who are at games. Keane is still lauded. Still lauded. Don't let the bullshit fool you on social media and that. Like, Keane is still lauded and loved to this day by Manchester, myself included.
Absolutely.
So yeah, with Casemiro, did we? Yeah, we failed all our talented players over the past however many years. Anyone of any significant talent, we failed in the past decade because we've not done what we're supposed to. But I think they had an idea what was going on. But like I think it was Bremo who was doing an interview, and he spoke about first playing in the Champions. It was only a caption. I didn't listen to the whole thing. But he was talking about being back in the Champions League. I know it's his first, the club being back in the Champions League, his first time being in the Champions League, and how he wants to take the club back to the top, and how when him and Cunha spoke, that's what they spoke about. And they know what it is. Because whoever takes us back to whenever that is, a year from now, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, whatever group of players a manager takes us back to the top is going to get lauded, especially in this era. Whoever it is, they want to be a part of that. They ain't dumb. Now, granted, to your point, maybe there's better options where you go elsewhere, and that's what you have to weigh up.
Yeah.
Like, that's where it is. So, yeah, like, they know, like, if we win something, like, them man of social media, they're getting, like, obviously we've won in the social media era, but we haven't won in the content creator era, where it's been like this, where the conversation's been so much immediately.
Oh,
like,
man, the conversations are getting ridiculous. I got annoyed. I got annoyed with the overemphasis of putting Bruno at the table with past greats. I got really annoyed with
and you know what? It's because you didn't fight the war with me when I was criticizing Bruno, so now you lot gotta hold that.
What do you mean fight what war?
When I was saying all this stuff about him not being good enough and being detriment, you didn't back me. So now you have to deal with their fans going crazy. So this is on you and many others. This is on the rivals. This is on you. Yeah, they do. They do. If you would have stood with me in the war and been like, flawless is right. No, but you didn't. So now you have to deal with this, but go on, carry on. It's your fault. Hold that. I'm glad. Let them run rampant. I want them running rampant. Put him with KDB and Henry and that. It's great.
Why would you?
I love it.
Why would you love that?
Because I think it's funny. That's why.
It's ridiculous. Again, when we talk about...
Also, it's not my problem either. It was cool. Go on.
It's your fan base. Your fan base are ridiculous. It is your problem.
Hey, when I told you my fan base was ridiculous, you didn't want to hear it from me. I told you years ago.
No, I knew your fan base was ridiculous, but I didn't think that they were this ridiculous.
Hey, you should have listened to me then instead of gaslighting. You didn't want to listen to me. Now all of a sudden you shot that there. This ridiculous. When I was telling you, they tell you he's world class and he's this and that. You didn't want to hear me. You can't hear. You must feel. Yeah,
it didn't make any sense. I heard what you were saying, but there's no way that it would make sense from knowledgeable fans with regards to putting him in a world-class category, with putting him at the table with the Lampards and the Gerrards and the KDB.
Yeah, like I people tell him that. I see people tweeting talking about he's done more for us than Keane, man. Nah, this is people. We are welcome. See, you should have stood with me in the war, but now you was there gassing it from the sidelines. Hold that, man.
I wasn't gassing.
Now look at this, man. We can have tell KDB to come outside.
Ridiculous. I can't take, not you, but I can't take United fans seriously. I can't.
Well, yeah, we a ridiculous bunch.
I can't. And when you mention about the social media era and now the content creator era, listen, I know that I've talked about my Blue brothers. And I've been very clear on how much I dislike the Red Cartel. But sometimes, for any of you that have played Risk, sometimes you got to have treaties with your enemies. Listen, Liverpool fans in the chat, Arsenal fans in the chat, Chelsea fans in the chat. We need to do all that we can to prolong this major trophy drought that United are facing right now. We need to... The ridiculousness is we've already witnessed just a little bit. Bruno breaking the assist record. Bruno getting...
Bruno for that thoroughly deserved.
Writers Player of the Season.
Big up Bruno for that thoroughly deserved.
United can't. They can't win a major. They can't. They're ridiculous. They're ridiculous. In what football means, in the sacredness, in what is all true with regards to the sport. We can't.
Love it. And just to this as well, back to Blank. Obviously, we don't know if it's going to be 85K a week, but we'll see. But big up, man, every single time, Blank as well. He says Money Mace will be fantastic model for City merch. I agree with that. Big up Don C as well.
That's true.
He said for the super chat. And Blank, I'll get to the rest as well. Hey, smoke emojis, fire emojis in the chat because Blank has dropped hella super chats. I appreciate you, Blank. My G says, Vader, with your legendary manager leaving and he's a legend and the heart of your team also leaving, Silver, what are your expectations of next season? That's a good question.
So before a transfer window, my expectations.
Let's say you have a good window. Hypothetically, adding you have a window and you look at it and you go, yeah, that's a good window. We brought in 4 or 5 players I like. That's a good window. It's a 8 out of 10 window in my opinion.
Here's the thing. I think we have too much to deal with for me to confidently say we're winning a Prem next season because of mostly because of the change of manager. And it's a great question from Don C. But I think the change in manager is already an uphill battle with regards to getting things and trying to surpass what would be an Arsenal and Liverpool who have returning managers, especially and as well with regards to United because you guys finished 3rd this season. I think it'd be when I look at what's needed. I'm looking at a right back. I'm looking at minimum 2 midfielders. Like you guys, it might be 3 because Rodri's going into his final year. There's speculation that he may go. So no Rodri, no Bernardo Silva. Those guys part of our 4P, part of our trouble. Kova as well. So
is he just Rams?
And Nico G. So who's left would be Reinders. Nico G might go on because he didn't get much playing time, but it would be Reinders, Shirky, Foden. That's my midfield.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's very attack heavy. I love that. But in terms of who's going to be putting in those kilometers, who's going to be putting in for those 50-50s, who's going to be reading the man that's running off and running downhill on us. I like that we're rumored or expected to be the winners in terms of the race for Elliot Ederson. That helps. But yeah, we got a wealth of experience leaving. It would be to challenge. It would be to challenge, and I'd like a domestic trophy. I would like a domestic trophy. Before I say anything with regards to here's how far I want to go in the UCL, here's how long I want to challenge in the Prem, here's the domestic trophies that I want to win. I want to see, if it happens to be Maresca, I want to see what he does. And I'm going to have the same energy I gave the greatest manager, the GOAT, the legend, like Don C just mentioned. I didn't set any ridiculous expectations for Pep in year 1, and Pep didn't win anything year 1. So I can't have Pep.
Yeah, you ain't gonna give ridiculous expectations. I hear
it. But also, if I'm gonna be consistent, the greatest manager, and I know he's raised his level, but he came to my club and didn't win anything year 1. I'm not gonna look at Maresca and being like, Maresca, you need to finish 2nd or better because Pep finished 3rd his first season. You need to deliver me a trophy. Pep didn't deliver me a trophy. You need to get to. I think we got knocked out in the. Did you get knocked out in the groups? No, I think we got knocked out in the quarters. I'm not expecting anything, and this is where it's like, show me that you're going to take us forward, and year 1, not that it's a free hit, because obviously I don't. But that's what I'm gonna want. I'm gonna run real quick. I'll be minimum 5 minutes, but I'll.
How do you think, fam? I hear that, man. No stress. Before you go, Blank got another message for you. Sell Defo favorites once Money Mace is there.
See,
Blank challenge. Blank, when Vader comes back, I'll get him to that one as well. But don't worry, man. Carry on, Vader, man. Do your thing, man. Do your thing. You lot, make sure you subscribe to Vader Games TV. I know Vader's doing some construction on his channel, but the link's in the title as well. Says, shout SB, I appreciate you, man. Says, shout out Flawless. I've been reminiscing too much on the glory days. The window needs to be right for all our sakes. Ederson in first is smart. Mateus Fernandez next. Big up to you. you always reminisce on the glory days because they're the glory days. I know they were showing because it was been, what was it, however long anniversary since we won the Champions League in 99, and I've seen all the clips of that like rolling around on social media. I've seen some York and Cole clips, all type of stuff. So we're forever. But yes, this window needs to be correct. And I do agree with you. I think Ederson first. I look at it, I go, all right, solid investment. If you then go get Mateus Fernandez and then you go get Tonali, I'm cool with that. If it's Ederson, Mateus Fernandez, Tonali, in the ideal world, Tchouameni, even though I don't think he's available, I go, all right, cool. That is the 3. Go sign me a left back. We need a center back, in my opinion. If that's the 5 we get, I go, cool with that. So I hear you on it. Big up Blank for the super chat, says the bald, fraud, and rattering failed Casemiro. 2 pagans rating effort, merchant players, pets, and sacrificing real ballers. That dumb hobbit Ollie too. Damn. Tell us how you really feel, Blank. But I agree with you. Ten Hag, Amarim, Ollie failed us. Yes, they did. And big up Blank as well for this super chat. Appreciate it as people worshipping Bruno for stat padding. LOL, wait for another cup final when the chips are down and we need a spark. Silence. He's going to go ghost again. Nah, I hear it, man. I hear exactly what you're saying, man. I hear it, Blank, for real in regards to it. But yeah, he performed well. But that is something that people have accused him from. And the fact that Rance yesterday said he's regular season James Harden is hilarious. And I've seen other people now running with that. But it's pretty much spot on. Like, can you deliver in big moments and key games and also consistency? Can you consider, like, he's been very good from January up until the end of the season. Now, from August, I need you to continue that on. From August all the way through till May, the end of the season. That doesn't mean you don't have bad games or have bad form, but I need you consistent because that's what's going to get you over the line and get you winning major honors. Is being consistent. That's what's going to get you over there. Being quality and being consistent with it. I need you 7, 8 out of 10 every week. And worst case scenario, 6. And then you have an off game that might be a 4, and then you get back to it. And then all the players around as well. So yeah, we'll see. But I like where Manchester United are heading. Like, I like where United are heading. Because you've done well. All right, let's see what else you lot are saying. Any United questions you lot have, feel free to get in. Any City questions, our staff are there. Don't worry about that. He'll be back shortly. He will be back shortly. And it was Antwerp. It was Antwerp. I didn't even know that just that it was Antwerp. But he's done very, very, very well. But yeah, people losing their minds. Yeah, it's crazy. People losing their minds. Let's see what else you lot are saying. I'm just scrolling back up to see if I missed anything. But I don't think I did. But yeah, I've given my thoughts on Ederson. I give my full thoughts on Ederson and how I've said it. Like, I don't know a lot about him, no. But from what I've been told and his qualities, the price point, wages as well, I don't think he's not 38 million is nothing. I don't think he's going to be on big money. I'm cool with that. And he should be 3rd choice. Now, if he's 2nd or 1st choice, which I don't believe he is, that's then going to be an issue. But we need squad players. And they can be effective the same way I look at, like, Dogu as a squad player. Like 20 million, well, I think he's 20, 21 million or whatever he was. His money, 25 actually. I think it's 25 million. His money well spent. Do I want him starting week in, week out? No, but even in our successful periods, we had players who didn't start week in, week out, but were good options and can do the business. Jason says, flawless. Why do United fans blame the Glazers? Jason, are you a United fan? Big up Ben says, flawless. Who do you think will sign next? Probably a midfielder. A Mateus Fernandez, a Baliba. One of those two, I would guess, is next rather than a marquee signing. I think this Ederson deal was easiest to do as well, which makes sense. Chelsea fan, how long you been watching football? I'm blank. When Veta comes back, I'll ask him as well. Ederson moves slow. I watched him when we played in the UCL. First, Ederson being signed. No one is good because when we got Brian, Brentford played hard to get because they saw how much we got Cunha for. We only paid 35 million for Ederson. West Ham can't play mind games and do the same. No, I hear it. That's fair. Yeah, I did see that Baliba was going to Spurs. Yes. Big up to Pops as well. Make sure you subscribe to Bayesian Reds TV. Shout out to OG Pops. Vera will be back shortly, people, as well. Don't even worry about that. Make sure you lot subscribe to the channel, though. Sarcasm City TV. Make sure you do that. And run up the damn likes as well. Run up the likes. Let's do a like check. What we on? 38, right? We need 50 likes, people. We need 50 likes. And we need one more subscriber. Get us to 16,680. I would say 16,680. That's what we need. Let's see what else you are saying as well. A long time, but I don't really know the ins and outs of United. So you ain't heard no one talk. They're just terrible ownership. They're an awful ownership. But I haven't got enough time to describe what the Glazers have done to Manchester United. Flawless, you think Michael Carrick's going to play him as a 6 or an 8? Who? Ederson? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And I'm not really too fussed on when people talk about 6s and 8s and stuff. Like, if you've got two quality, intelligent central midfielders out there, they figure it out. PSG are the prime example of that. Yes, they have midfielders of the highest caliber, but none of them are 6s. And it works. None of PSG's midfielders are 6s, and they have the best midfield in Europe. None of them. None of them do. Like, so that's why I don't really worry about 6. I have my preferences, but I don't really worry about, oh, I need a 6. Figure it out. Casemiro, Maino, none of them are 6s. And it works. They figured it out. Go on, Vega. What are you confused about? Yo, you're on mute, fam.
Saying I was listening. I think I hear the.
My preference is to have one, but I don't think it's like it's not a needs must, because we would all take PSG's midfield right now.
Yeah, you want the profiles, you want.
Yeah, we would all take their midfield trio right now. We would all sell our midfields for their midfield right now, and not one of them is a 6. Vitinha's not a 6. João Neves is not a 6. Fabian Ruiz ain't a 6. And they're the best midfield clear in Europe. Whoever's number 2 ain't even close. And I'm not talking individuals. I'm talking as a unit.
Yeah, but they can get at. You can still get at them.
No, of course you can get, but you can get at whoever the same way Arsenal have the best defense in Europe, and you can get at them.
Yeah, I hear it.
Or whoever has the best attack, you can shut them out. The point is that I'm making is PSG do not have a 6, and we would all trade our midfields for theirs yesterday.
I'm not mad at
I'm
that.
talking about, again, I'm not talking individually.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm talking as a unit. So it dispels this myth that, again, my preference is to have the 6. Like Blank mentioned Wharton, yes. I've already said I want the profile of Wharton at the football club. 110%.
Are you guys in for him?
Linked to. Well, it seems very distant. Seems distant, which is a shame. I really, really, again, that's my preference in regards to his profile. Because I think his passing range, I really like the progressive passing he offers. Hence why I don't have to be him, but somebody like that. But we don't seem to be going for that.
Okay.
Yeah, Flawless, but I can survive a cold. I'll take my chances that they can survive a cold night. That's dope. Big up, Pops. I'll take my chances, man. I'll take my chances. I do. I'll take it. All right, let's see where you are. Oh yeah, a couple for you before we continue as well. They are, apart from Anderson, who are City Iron.
Listen, we're keeping things under wraps to be real with you. There was a time where a lot of the who we want would kind of get leaked out. I mentioned where our needs are, and I don't know where the club's going to go, because when the names have come out, the club will go, nah, that's speculation. That's not coming out anywhere. Last year there was rumors to Livramento. There was conversations with regards to Bruno at Newcastle, Ibn Tonali. Like, there was a lot of that with regards to the midfield. Right now, the only thing that's kind of like hitting the ground and sticking is Elliot Anderson. That's the only thing. So it gives me confidence that, and the club has kind of moved this way in terms of, if a name does come out and it's not what the club's actually after, you'll get one of the reporters, you get one of the journalists to be like, you know what, City aren't interested. City have not approached blah blah blah. That this rumor has been left No one's correcting anything. No one's so I'm calm with it. I think we deal with that key signing first because what the club wants to do is actually do this before the World Cup. And I think there might be speculation on where things go moving forward. But again, it's an interesting summer because, like always, you know this, Flawless.
Yeah.
Like always, international break. They want to bring up 115. They want to speculate on why movement's not happening, why players haven't made decisions. Or, like I mentioned all the players that might be leaving, right? Kova, Bernardo Silva, Rodri, Nico G, everybody wants to speculate. Oh, they're leaving because they know what's happening. They all want to leave Manchester City because So I think it's funny when, and again, you're local, so I don't know if people within your circles talk about what City are doing, the advancements to the stadium, the things that they're building, right? But
what you've done to the area is lovely, like that surround that part of Manchester.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely ridiculous. So some want to say, if you know that there's a bad verdict coming down the road, if you know that things aren't going to be in your favor, why are you investing the way you do? Why are you still doing business as usual? You would think that you would kind of like keep things kind of tight, manage expenditures.
Nothing ain't happening to you lot, man.
Now, Flawless, I don't know. I can't.
You don't think anything's happening to you lot. This is just me and you speculate. If me and you just speculate and just say, you don't think anything's gonna happen to you lot. And even if you do, it's not nothing of significance. Maybe a major fine. You might get a record fine.
What I don't think happens is that City are guilty of the catastrophe that they're explaining. I don't think City are guilty of the orchestrated, the manipulation of the books, the huge advantage with regards to spending. I don't think we're guilty of that. But over a course of, I think they went back to 2009 or 2011, something. They've gone back from 11 to 18 or something like that. The span of time, you're going to do things wrong. Like, you're going to have errors. Like, no, this isn't a deflection, but even with regards to like financials, you guys had a little blip where you misaccounted and it was like an FFP thing. It was like you guys paid the fine or whatever. It was minor. You moved on.
That's what you don't do. You're not going to pay the fine and then just like.
I think it might be something like that. But what they want to say, some want to say, what many want to kind of infer is City are only here. City and having the ability to compete the way they are right now is only because they built that foundation on cheating. I don't think that accusation, I don't think that guilty is ever going to happen to the club.
Yeah, I don't think it happens. Like I said, worst case scenario for you, I think you might get a record fine. I don't think you get a relegation, a points deduction. Maybe you get a transfer ban over a couple.
I mean, they're talking about points. They're talking about, I don't know where the 62 points deduction came from. They're talking about relegation.
We've seen it happen because we've seen it happen before. That's why. Like, so found guilty.
Pull out those numbers.
I don't see it happening.
I mean, my Blue Brothers had 72, 74 breaches.
And just to let you know as well, there, just in case you're unsure or anything like that, if you do, get found guilty and you don't get relegated, or there's a points deduction and you don't get relegated to the championship, or you go down to League 2 or National League North or National League, the show will continue, man. I got you. Don't worry about it, man. Me and you, this will carry on, man. We're gonna carry on doing the show weekly.
Wait, why did you think that needed to be said?
I'm just letting you know, just in case. And also,
are you letting me know, or are you letting the chat know?
But you know what? Both. I'm letting you all both know, man. The show will still be here, man. Just letting you lot know, man. This ain't going nowhere. Just in case. They are and you lot, man. You have my word, man. No matter what happens to Manchester City, the show will go on, is what I'm saying. But nothing ain't happening. I can dream of it happening, but I don't think anything happens.
I mean, the fact that you dream about that is kind of messed up.
You wouldn't relegate.
There's so much energy with this 115 because of an up account saying that the verdict has been decided and punishment is just around the corner any minute now, any second now, any nanosecond. We're about to hear the verdict. This hand of Arsenal, I don't know why it's got traction. I don't know why it's so credible, but if it was the hand of justice, if it was the hand of the Prem, I'd understand it. But the hand of Arsenal, why are we taking the hand of Arsenal with any type of validity? I don't get it.
Because people desperate. That's why. Because people want it. They want to believe it. So if there's something that people want to believe, they're going to latch onto it.
What was that comment you put up there with Don C? What generosity?
Oh no,
what?
this was Ed. Says Flawless is a generous guy, keeping Vader's lights on. Yeah, I wouldn't stop the show because of that. These lot go down to League 2, we'll be here, man. Don't worry about it. We gonna keep the show on the road. Even though we might have to move the time
Ed, this is where you got it twisted. And I know you put the laughing emojis right there. So I'm not gonna go too heavy with this. But this is a symbiotic partnership here. This is beneficial for Flawless as well as, so it's not a matter of putting the lights on for Vader. All right, this is where both of us have a win-win situation. I'm gonna leave it at that.
No, we do 100%. Blank, big up for the super chat again. More smoke emojis, fire emojis for Blank says, can Maresca handle personalities like Cherky? I presume so, because he did all right he did fine at Chelsea with their personalities. I don't think he fell out with anyone. Maybe a Chelsea fan in the chat will let us know.
See, and again, I know there's a difference between assistant manager and manager, but if any of you guys are familiar with like Peter Pan and like fairy dust, all right, that allowed them to kind of fly. There's a reason why former assistant managers have been flying out of Manchester City and having success. Pep was able to be like, you know what, Arteta, go do your thing. I mean, not quite assistant manager, but Vincent Kompany, former player, captain, go do your thing. Maresca, go do your thing. Like, even with regards to Zabi, there's been so many influences. Maresca was with us during our winning ways. He's seen how our manager handled personalities, right? He saw how he managed. And that is one of the biggest things. A lot of the testimonials, a lot of things that are kind of like posted on the social media with regards to the players, from player to manager. And I know you rivals wouldn't see this, but they talked about how Pep was away from the game. Like, they talked about how Pep was in terms of just the management, the ability to get everyone locked in and want to go towards the same thing. And again, imagine everybody wants to try and achieve perfection. And while you're trying to achieve team perfection, you're trying to also do your individual perfection. He was able to get the best out of these individuals in their own way. So I think Maresca would have definitely learned from that. His own style, we'll wait and see. Him having to talk in front of the press representing Manchester City, we'll wait and see. And then how he deals with, again, he's filling some big shoes. And this is where I'm learning. This is where I've learned. I observed. I kind of like, let me see how Flawless handles the exit of Sir Alex and how the fan base, where they set their expectations. Let me see how they
handled it horribly, man. Horribly, man.
And this is where I learned. This is where I gotta learn from it, right? I gotta see. Even not too long ago, Wenger over at Arsenal, Don C. Yeah. We had to see how they handled that. These platinums didn't grow for no reason. This is wisdom that just has to protrude. This is wisdom that's got to show you guys. Vader knows what he's talking about, right? You can also, maybe it's like Two-Face. Two-Face. So sometimes I'm gonna be like this. I'm gonna share the wisdom, and then sometimes I'm gonna show you this side. This side I can be reckless. This side I can do the jokes thing. This side I can be like, you know what? Let me be silly with it. But then when I show you this side, you know I'm talking ball. You know I'm being real with you. You know that I'm telling you what I've experienced as a man, right? This is how I'm going to share things with you. So I'm gonna do the two. You guys are gonna know on the show. And again, if you're on listening platforms, you're not seeing what I'm doing right now. But if you see me like this, I'm gonna give you the real. If you see me like this, you might want to step back and not want to hear what I have to say. But Maresca, he's got the experience. Flawless, you've heard me say this. I don't trust a manager with a full head of hair and no grays. I don't trust the manager that's got a full head of hair and no grays. Maresca checks both boxes. He's got grays. He's got limited hair. I'm cool with it.
And that Pops, he didn't, man. Like I say, man, I just miss Sir Alex for what he did, man. Forever, man. Like, That guy can't speak highly enough of him and that multiple players who did what they did for me during that period of time. Hence why I think we're going through what we went through now because I did speak for me. I was a fucking tyrant, man. From a kid, I was a tyrant man, with the success. So I get it. Even as a grown, I spoke so much shit to people. Like you lot get me now where I'm older and I'm like a little bit more chilled out, but younger me with more energy towards it. Like, yeah. But he didn't, unfortunately, Pops, man. He didn't. But actually, that being said, let's get to it now. Hey, Blank, big up for all the super chats as well. I appreciate you, man. Really, really do. And big up SB as well, who dropped super chat, as well as Dunsey, who dropped a couple super chats as well. Elliot Anderson, we was talking before the show as well. Obviously, it seems he's City bound. Manchester United are interested, according to reports. He prefers Manchester City. You were saying, you know what? Floor's yours, man. Thoughts on it?
Listen, Flawless. Let me speak to Elliot Anderson real quick.
Go on. You talk to Elliot.
Let me talk to Elliot real quick, and let me talk to him this way, Elliot. You have to learn from things that you've seen within the Prem, and he's a young man. He may not have seen the lessons that I've been able to see, but 1, 2, 3, 4 of these is seeing Alexis Sanchez choosing Manchester United, seeing Fred choosing Manchester United, seeing players that should have went to City, chose United. Pogba is another one, right? Players that should have. Elliot Anderson, I'm speaking to you, all right? Wisdom to youth. You're in the mix with the potential to go into City or United. Many have made the mistake of going to United and not City. Don't be that next player to make that same mistake. I think for what you probably aspire to want to do, for what you can probably get the most out of your ability, I think you come to a less hectic club, a less I think we can be fair, a less turmoiled club as things stand right now.
You're a better proposition than us. Like, I'm not even going to dispute that. I'm more settled. You're a better settled club. That's why I blame us for being in the situation that you can say what you can say, and I can agree with it.
Yeah. So I'm at the point where I'm
gonna ask Vader about in regard to what he thinks about the price point and dealing with Marinakis and that. But go on, carry on.
Listen, we don't City don't get bullied anymore. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't think it's a bully thing. I think it's just saying, like, in regards to, because Pops is saying you need to talk to Shug. Elliot ain't leaving unless Shug says so. Marinakis got. Yeah, this is crazy. But they're saying he ain't leaving. I'd say he ain't leaving for less than 150 million.
Yeah, so
there's big talks at the price point. But go on, finish your thoughts on it about United and City, and then go on.
And again, players have unfortunately not created a fuss, not made it uncomfortable for where they're at to get that necessary exit. If that's what they're setting the price tag at, I'm telling you right now, we ain't paying for it. Gone are the days. Gone are the days of City.
How reliable is City Extra?
City Extra is pretty reliable, but even with regards to that, I mean, they're an aggregate, right? So everything that they'll kind of pull. But even with regards to that, we walked away, and I know it's a couple of years later, but we walked away from Declan Rice being around that price tag because we still remembered what that meant, how heavy that weighed on even Jack Grealish. Because again, some close to the source have said that it's probably going to be around 85 to 90. That I kind of get. We're going to be shy of that 100 mil. I think that's what the club's going to do. I think that's how they're going to be managing things. Whether it's going to be like the kind of add-ons or additional bonuses, whatever. But I'm telling you right now, blah 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 player to Manchester City, it is not going to be 100 mil. It's not going to be. So I think he'd be phenomenal coming to us. We need an English player. We need a midfielder. Not that he's not a destroyer, but I do like how he can break up play.
He gets busy.
He gets in it, right? So I like that very much, and I think he can be part of what would be the quote unquote next era of City, right? New manager, new set of winners. let's go for it. So I'm real happy with it.
What price? So we know where City are at in regards to price point and stuff. For you, Vader, though, what is too much for him? What is your cutoff price? So forget what Forest would have. Forget 95. What City asking for. So you're saying 95. Okay, that's pretty high.
95 or less. I'm telling you, 95 or less. Okay. I don't want to move like these Liverpool guys, man. I don't want to be splashing cash like that again. I don't even want to do what Chelsea did. What they did with Enzo and Caicedo. Listen, neither of them have played to that price tag, and we can all be real. Neither of them should have been at that price tag. Even with regards to Declan Rice. I get it. A little bit of a bidding war. Things get escalated. But we had to walk away from that. And from a profile of player, that's exactly what we needed. But in terms of what it would cost us, nah. So we are now our alternative right now. And another reason, Flawless, another reason why we didn't spend it at the time is because we also still had Rodri. If Rodri leaves this summer, that number does get tight. I have to admit, if we don't have a Bernardo, we don't have a Rodri, and we need to have someone in that midfield that's going to help with what we're trying to do moving forward, maybe we got to creep up to that 100, but I don't mind. For me, let's come here for the project. Come here because you're also what we save on spending in terms of spending with you. We're going to be spreading that money around. You're going to have a great midfield. Listen, imagine you just having to work with Shirky and Foden, and you're going to be able to be in a team that's going to have the likes of stop it, because I know what you're going to do, but you're going to have the likes of a Doku. You're going to have a Haaland to play with. This is something No, I knew you were going to do something. This is something where we can sell the project. Yeah, you were. I could see it in your face. This is something where we can have the project. We can have the project put together and just go forward with it. So I think we can sell them on the project, but I don't want to do anything more than I want to do anything more than 95.
Yeah, Pops is saying I'm your numbers guy, right? You are my numbers guy, Pops. This is correct. He said if we round 95 up, what we saying, not 100 M's. Now, if it's 95 million, it's 95 M's.
It's 95. It's 95.
It's high because, like, him prefer, like, I'm not one of those that get upset if a player prefers Manchester City to United or another player. I get it. Like, not every player you go in for, you're going to get. Right, Anderson? Would I take him at Manchester United? Yes, I've spoken on this. For the price point they are talking about, no. They are talking 100 million plus. Absolutely no.
150 is crazy.
Yeah, 115. And I've said this. I don't want any of these players. 90 million is too much. 80 million max for these midfielders. Again, people, for someone says it in the chat, oh, you're not going to get these midfielders for 80 million. I hear that. Go elsewhere is the point I'm making. I don't think any of the midfielders we've been linked to are worth that. Again, that's just my
the one thing I gotta do though, Flawless. Here's the thing.
Opinion. Go on.
We gotta be very careful with our English balance as well. That's the one thing that's hurting City right now. Because we might be Nathan Ake actually qualified as, I think, homegrown because of how early he
Chelsea, wasn't he?
Yeah, with the academy. But if I look at losing James Trafford, because again, he wants to be a number one, right? So I'm losing him. I've already lost John Stones. Nathan Ake's probably going. I gotta have my English balance coming from somewhere. You know what I mean? So
I get that. That makes sense. I'm just saying, like I say, it's just my preference. Because even report came out yesterday said United are will spend up to 100 million on a marquee signing or close to. Yeah. That's what report said yesterday. And I said, I think that's a terrible strategy. I think it's
Liverpool ruined the market, man.
This guy. Yeah.
Wait, should I blame Liverpool?
You can if you want.
Is it Liverpool?
I'm just saying it's on us, like in regards to don't do it. Like, don't go spend
who do we blame for this market? I mean, again, Arsenal.
Who I blame? I blame the buying clubs, not just Liverpool, across the board. I don't blame anyone for the market because you don't have to purchase high in the market. City nor Manchester United have to go out and spend 100 million on a midfielder. We don't have to do it, is what I'm saying. We might do it, but that's our choice. That's not on anybody else's fault. And if
correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm looking at him funny. Go on.
Enzo and Caicedo were the same season, right?
I'll check. No, because Enzo mid. That's where Enzo was.
One was
yeah. Enzo Fernandez joined Chelsea. I swear he was January.
Yeah, I think he was Jan coming over from Benfica. I think. So yeah, okay. I'm blaming
January 2023.
I'm blaming Liverpool then. I'm blaming Liverpool because Liverpool in one summer they broke the transfer record twice.
Yeah,
this is silly. This is silly.
Caicedo was August 2023. Enzo was January 2023. So Enzo was first.
Okay.
So like that's what it is. Like you don't have to. Like if we go out and spend 100 million on a midfielder or close to, I'm looking at it funny.
Yeah.
So I think there's better. Like people say, oh, it's English tax, oh, it's Prem tax. Well, go elsewhere then.
There is some
Walk
English
away
tax.
from deal. Walk away from it.
The walking away. I hear you, but this is the thing. And this is my belief here, if you're going to have quota players like for your English quota, get some of the best. Like get the guys that are actually going to be. So the English tax, I hear it, but I don't like it either.
I think we're good on it for the English players. I think
you guys,
because we got English players and homegrown players.
Unless you do what Blank is saying and you let go of Money Mace, that might hurt you guys.
Yeah, you know what? I'll take the risk.
You'll take that. You'll take that risk.
I'll take the risk. Yeah.
No,
run a youth player out there in front of him. Speaking of him, Mason Mount, perfect for that English battle. There you go, man. Shout out Blank, man. Go ahead, Blank.
Oh, that's funny. That's
big
funny.
up Blank, man.
Oh, he's on point.
And Pops is blaming you. He says, "Look in the mirror, GLE."
Wait, what?
And he said, "Then look over to your blue oil bros who spent $2 billion."
No, the cumulative spend is very different than the individual player, transfer record breaking. That's what I'm looking at. Even Chelsea, with how much they spent in the summer and then they spent in Jan. It's very different than what Pops and his Liverpool crew did in spending and splashing that cash twice in the same summer. That was absolutely ridiculous.
They were trying to get to the top. Oh no, they were trying to build a dynasty, I should say.
They're trying to build. See, this dynasty talk gets shared really too quick. You often stumble upon it. Like you gotta have the foundation, you gotta do the building blocks, but you before you know it, you're like, oh snap, we just had such a great
everyone's
run.
aim, but it's tough to do. It's everyone's aim, but it's tough to do.
What do you mean it's everyone's aim?
So the top team.
Since when?
The top team. That's since the beginning of time. It's everyone's aim. You think the top teams ain't trying to be successful consistently?
No, I think I know, but
they might go the wrong way about it, but it's the aim. Of course, it's the aim. You don't invest the money that gets invested to win once. Like Liverpool won the league and invested that money to win it again. Or am I mistaken?
No, they did, but
that's my point. They might have got it wrong, but I'm saying it was the aim.
But Flawless. Here's the thing. When we talk dynasty, you gotta have the head honcho.
The things can go wrong. I'm just saying that was their aim, though. That's all.
Okay. But again, if it is their aim to build a dynasty, you don't really build a dynasty with multiple managers. You build a dynasty with a consistency with a manager. So if FSG are and again, Liverpool fans wanted this dynasty. They wanted to splash that cash and build on this dynasty. An important factor is to keep a consistency with regards to the manager. You can't want the dynasty and then say, let's switch up managers. It doesn't really go that way. All the dynasty that we've witnessed, Flawless, don't shake your head because you know it's true. You know it's true. Deep down inside, you know it's true. Think about it. Think about it. Flawless. No, stop it. Stop it. No, you're not tired. No, listen. Flawless.
I'm not tired.
I know I'm showing them this side, but I'm being real on this one. I know I'm showing them this side, but I'm being real with this one. When you think of dynasties,
I can't be bothered, yo. I'm tired.
Listen.
This guy is outrageous, yo.
When you think of dynasties, you think of a constant with regards to managers. You don't think of a dynasty with manager changing like that, right? Look at the run that you went on. Even look at the run that Liverpool fans want to talk about, like even back in the day, right before the Prem was the Prem. When they went on their run, there was a consistency with regards to managers. It's not flipping managers like that. You said it, and I didn't interrupt. The goal of all these clubs is to build a dynasty. If these clubs want to build a dynasty, they should be keeping Arne Slot for the build of this dynasty. I see it. I see it.
No, it's not.
And-
Before you build the dynasty, you gotta get back to the top. And I don't think he's the guy for that. You gotta get to the top first, and then you.
No,
go
but they
from
were
there.
already at the top. They were already
Yeah,
at the top.
but they're not there now.
Yeah, they had a dip.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying. They had a
to
major
have
dip.
to have
But
the
I hope they
manager
keep
that
him,
did
man.
take the, but to have a manager that did take, see, it's even beyond. You can't even see it.
I hope
Took
they
them
keep.
to
I
the
hope they
top.
keep him, man. I hope they keep him because when he gets sacked,
You know-
it's gonna be interesting conversation. But I want to hear your thoughts when he gets sacked. But go on.
I mean, if he gets sacked, I
I
think
said
it would, yeah, if he gets sacked, because it would depend on what he does. It would depend on what he does.
All right, man. If he makes it to 2027, I will be extremely shocked. Extremely shocked.
Flawless.
Go on.
The state of this Prem, it's the toughest we've ever seen. Right? When Liverpool won the Prem last season, and some want to say it was a weak league,
And it's not.
they were
see,
saying it was tough.
this is why we need it from Sir Bill to Sir Bob to Joe Fagan to King Kenny. So their dynasty had multiple managers. There we go. Thank you, Pops. Now what?
No.
They did have multiple managers, did they not? This is
Okay,
before
but
my time, so I don't know.
How long did they give said manager? Right?
I'll tell you now. 1 second.
If a manager gave them the Prem, did they cut ties with that manager the year after they have?
If they finish fifth the season after, probably. But I doubt anyone would have finished.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
I don't think anyone would have finished fifth after breaking the record for transfer fee twice at that point. All right. So who's the managers? He said. I'm just trying to see this here. All right. Hold up. What's going on? No, they're the captains. Where's the manager list? I'm trying to find the manager list, people.
As you look at
this is way before my time, so I have no idea.
But as you look that up, I think, and you can even use your club as an example, because you mentioned the managers at your club that have won you the Prem or won you English titles.
It's much more for them. It's like but it's like 10 or 11 for them. Of their 20 league titles, it's like 10 or 20. No, sorry.
Yeah.
For their 20 league titles, it's like 10 or 11. For us, it's 3.
And when you look at that, I have to also understand. I've only been.
Oh no, he's right. Shankly to Bob Paisley to Joe Fagan to Kenny Dalglish. So Shankly was 59 to 70. Jesus, was 59 to 74. Paisley was 74 to 83. Fagan was 83 to 85. Dalglish was 85 to 91.
Okay, so there's only a short one, 83 to 85. That was a short stint.
Yes,
right?
That's the 2-year stint from Joe Fagan. I'll tell you what they won in that period of time. Bear with me 1 sec.
No,
Go on.
so but what I want to emphasize is you're seeing more of a long-term commitment than a short-term one. Like Pops tried to bring up this evidence like he was doing something special. He just showed that there was a long commitment with regards to these managers, not quick turnarounds. A long commitment is what you need with regards to a dynasty. If this slot happens to be win you a Prem, fall to 5th, maybe challenge, win you another Prem, right? Over 4 years, 2 Prems in 4 years, that's nothing to sneeze at. That's nothing to really be like, my club ain't ambitious. So I think with many things, you gotta do.
I didn't even know this guy's name. So we moved.
You gotta do the long. You gotta do the long game. You gotta look at
all the straight face as well. You know.
Sorry, I don't even know how I'm saying anything that doesn't ring true. You have to play the long game. You have to show commitment. The club itself,
I disagree with that.
No, but the Liverpool historically have shown to commit to managers that have delivered them English titles. I don't think they should go against that nature.
Just a good question. Let's say Slot became unavailable. He got pissed off with the Liverpool board, and he was like, "We're gonna part ways. We're not seeing eye to eye." And Maresca, the deal fell through. Would you take Slot at City?
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't take Slot at City this summer because I don't think he can go. But the reason why is because I wouldn't take a Liverpool manager directly from Liverpool to Manchester City. I would also. I don't. It's not. Again, yes, we're not rivals, but I think having a disappointment or having a club saying we don't want you.
No, say he didn't want them. Say he chose to leave.
If he so here's the thing.
What I said. Yes, not seeing eye to eye, and he resigned. He did a Maresca.
So but again, Flawless, if he chose to leave after winning them the Prem,
No, not
That
after
says a
winning the
lot.
Prem. This somehow.
After this, so
I'm
if
saying
he
this season.
if he chose to leave after this season,
Yeah.
a big and I'll tell you the big reason
Go on.
why I wouldn't take him,
Go on.
it really has. It has a lot to do with his man management, not so much with regards to his coaching.
Okay.
Because
so go on.
I've seen him coach good games and I've seen him get it very wrong, right? I've seen all of that. And for me, it's hard to distinguish whether it was all him or, because again, going back to back ain't easy, Flawless. Keeping players motivated ain't easy. Players with egos, players with ambitions. One thing I'm going to say, and it's not going to be liked. The fact that
what a surprise.
no, it's not going to be liked because people don't like the truth. People don't like the truth.
Ultimate pantomime villain, it's crazy.
No, I'm not a villain.
You are the ultimate.
I'm
bad
showing this
guy
side.
heel.
Wait, which side's the villain? Everybody in the chat, is this side? Is this side the villain or this side the villain?
I feel like you're a heel wrestler, the champion in the mic, and you're cutting a promo, just dissing the hometown crowd, and it's beautiful. Go on. This is great.
Chat, which side do you find more villainous? This side or this side? Let me know which side is more villainous.
Chat decide. Chat your time.
Let the chat decide. Chat decide.
This guy is such a villain, yo. You're just missing the belt, yo. That's what it is.
No,
you just need a belt on the shoulder.
What I think of Slot?
You are just a villain.
That hurts. That hurts, Pops.
Very bad. I don't agree with it, but like I say, the blood disappointed. Go on. That's what I say. That I don't agree, but here we are.
Wait, you don't agree with what?
With what you were saying about giving him time and all that type of stuff. No,
of course you do. Of course you do.
Like this.
Of course you
do. To me, I've said this before. There's a certain level you don't fall below. Fergie didn't win the league every year, but it's a certain level.
You're a wham bam, thank you, ma'am. When it comes down to,
I never called for Fergie's head.
What?
I never called for Fergie's head.
You never called for it. Okay.
No, I never said he should go, even when we went 3 years, twice.
Yeah, but again, if you were young enough, or if you were following the club like that when he first joined, you might have been Fergie out. Before he even won, before the Prem became the Prem.
It depends on what I was like going through to it. You know what I'm going to do, actually? That's a great point. I'm going to ask my dad and my uncles about that, actually.
Yeah, because, I mean,
the conversation was not from media. I'm talking about...
No, yeah, in terms of, tight circles.
I probably, because it was much more patient them times, and what he had done prior, I probably would have given him a shot.
You would have given
him
I probably would have
given him, yeah.
You would have given him 6 years?
Probably. Highly likely, because of what he's done. Yeah. Because what he did was unprecedented. There's no way that maybe, like I said, I don't know. It depends on how old it was.
The reason why I find that interesting, Flawless, the reason why I find that interesting is because you hear a lot of conversations now, and we even heard it with regards to Pep, right? I'm gonna bring this full circle. You heard like, oh, Pep was able to do that at Barca, but look at what he had, right? Pep was able to win the title at Bayern, but he never won the Champions League. There was still that speculation on whether he could do it. He could do it in the English league. I think the energy would have been the same whether can Fergie do it in the English league. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to think, like, because it depends on how old I am at that point, but we'll never know. But maybe I did. Maybe I would have. But then again,
even with regards to what kind of energy did you have for Klopp? Did you think that Liverpool gave Klopp more time that he should have had before he won the UCL to then go up?
No, Klopp was deserved. He deserved the time.
You think the time he was given?
Yeah, because you could see the significant. Even though I ran bants and jokes, you could see the significant improvement on what he was trying to do.
This is the thing I don't.
What don't you like?
We need to do. No, we need to do. I'm going to try to do my best to ask the question. Is this criticism? Is this disbelief? Is this quote unquote negative things said about said manager? Are you running bants or are you being real? Because some things have been said so often that people kind of like in hindsight said, you know what, it was just bants. But
no, Klopp deserved it because you could see what he was trying to do, and I think he reached 3 finals in his first 2 years or something like that.
Now, Now
something
present
like
day.
that.
Now present day. The current Prem winners. You wouldn't have given him that time.
Who?
The present Prem winners.
Oh, Arteta, no, definitely not. Absolutely not. I built 1 billion after 6 years. No, that's not a good enough return for me.
Okay.
To spending, you telling me every mate I have to spend 2 billion to get the second one.
No, that's not how it works.
Nah, I'm just running bants and jokes. The point is I'm making is no, that's not a good return.
All right.
A billion spent and you bring me a Prem. Praise the Prem, yes. And this is why I didn't. What's the word I'm looking for? I didn't like shit on Arsenal and what they had done, but
you're not using
in regards to the celebration in regards to the celebrations. But yes, it's very underachieved.
So you're not going to use the patience that we've seen from Arsenal. You're not going to use the level
I'm not
of
happy
investment.
with that here. No.
Yeah. So is this year 7 for Arteta?
Oh yeah, is it 7 years? Yeah, 1 billion in 7 years. I thought it was 6. That's not good enough for me. No, that's not a good enough return. As much as I celebrate that Premier League, yes. If someone tells me now, Carrick from 2026, and someone says, "Hey,
so let me ask you this:
you spend 1 billion in 6 years."
If Arteta was at United, was at United, when would he have been sacked?
When would I wanted him sacked, or when would the club have got rid of him?
No, when would you have wanted him sacked?
Probably the 95% time. Probably year 3.
So he went 8th, 5th, and then challenged.
Okay, so no, it wouldn't have been because
you would have sacked him the year he finished 5th.
No. Probably the 90th. No, sorry. Probably the following season. Probably the 4th.
The year they finished 2nd, leading for 93%.
Yeah, probably that. Yeah, that's unacceptable. Probably
so that's
that.
year 4.
I've seen Fergie not win leagues when we were supposed to and not do better in the Champions League. But what he had credit in the bank was winning.
So year 4, you would have been like,
year 4 I probably would have said, yeah.
Okay, all right.
And I take into consideration the money that's been spent because he's probably spent 500 million, and you're not even delivering. If you had delivered some domestic cups along the way, I can go, all right, cool.
I hear it.
That's where I'm at with Carrick. I already said next season domestic cups. I've said this already.
I'm just gonna
do your thing. Yeah, do your thing, man. But you lot continue to run up the likes. Barnes, I see you in the chat. Pops, I see you in the chat as well. Is it 6 years? All right, 6 years then. Whatever it is, 6 years, 7 years. The point is overall that someone else said 1 billion spent in 6 years ain't for me. If someone says right now, all right, Carrick is going to spend 1 billion and then in 2032, United are going to win the league, but nothing else. Are you happy with that? No. From an overall return on my investment, nah. No, I'm not. I'm not happy with that whatsoever. Not just domestic cups, how many finals he played in. That also adds into it as well. If you're talking about Arteta, I'm guessing there, Pops, that also plays a factor as well. And they are saying Arsenal are going to go again now. If he delivers a Champions League on Saturday and he delivers a Prem next season, then that's a whole different conversation. That changes it massively. Because then it's like, all right, you've delivered on what it is. But do I believe they win the champs on Saturday? No. Premier League, they could win again. And then that's when the conversation then starts, like, where'd you go in the champs and stuff? So, yeah, I wouldn't, like, I was saying, if someone said to me, all right, in 2032, 1 billion spent from now, 6 years from now, Carrick wins the Prem and only the Prem, are you happy with that as a return? No, I'm not. Be happy we won the Prem, yeah, but as a return, absolutely not. No.
Wow.
6 years and 1 billion spent to win the Premier League. No. Again, that's my point. People can say, oh, I disagree. Cool. We just have different expectations and stuff.
I hear that now. But what if it was an environment that had a Klopp, that had a Pep? What if, you know what I mean? I hear it now because the state of the league and the managers right now, like, not really proven. But if it was like those heavy hitters, same?
Yeah, I get what you're saying with that. But then again, just pick up some domestics then. Because other people picked up domestics during that time.
I got it.
It's not necessarily the Premier League or the Champions League. Pick up some domestics along the way. If Arteta had an FA Cup and a League Cup and the Prem, I go, all right.
And flawless. This is why you and I agree. Again, listen. We got to where we want to get to, and again, Arsenal fans, celebrate the way you want to celebrate. I'm not telling you how you need to celebrate. But when you and you brought it up perfectly, when you talk about what you didn't win on the way, that I again celebrate the Prem because it's been so long, but you should have been bottle popping before that with some of these, like,
and that ties into it. You can't just dismiss them. And that's where it's like, if he had two more trophies, if he had not even a Premier, another Premier, he had a FA Cup and League Cup, I go, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, no, I hear it. I hear it.
I'm looking at it that that's my minimum expectation with all Manchester United managers because we invest enough to go get them.
Yeah.
Hence why we've done them. I think every manager we've had here, bar Moyes, since Fergie left, has reached some form of final.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Moyes was only here, and Moyes only had the opportunity.
Moyes was done dirty. Moyes was done dirty, but that's a conversation for
Moyes done dirty is his peak. No. But the point is that he should never got the job. A whole different. So
yes, he should have. Flawless, don't do that. Your GOAT said he deserved the job. So your GOAT.
My GOAT can't be wrong.
What? He's the GOAT.
My GOAT. So because you're the GOAT means you can't be wrong.
He also said he knew the club better than anybody. He knew the club better than anybody.
He also said Phil Jones was going to be one of the greatest players the club's ever seen.
Yeah.
So I'm proving that he can be wrong. Just because you're the GOAT don't mean you can't get things wrong. Your GOAT style Claudio Bravo.
Yeah, we needed him.
He was awful.
Yeah, but he was
awful. That's why you replaced him straight away. Jan City told me when he at the stadium. When he caught anything, your fans unironically cheered.
Yeah,
that's how bad it's all like. But the point is making.
But again, his ability, his foot game. That's what Pep was working towards. Yeah, he had a prototype. He didn't have the right one.
So he got it wrong. That's the point I'm making. But you get things wrong.
When you experiment, it's not necessarily getting it wrong. It's trial and error. It's not really wrong.
You can dress it up as ever you want. But Fergie got things wrong. But he got that wrong. I said don't give the job to Moyes.
Now you know what?
Go on.
I mean, I know you got the Liverpool fans in the chat, and they're upset when we talk about like their spending and stuff. But for the ones that got a lot of these, I was disappointed with how they reacted to the Salah post, and we were having the conversation just Monday, right? Was it Monday? Yeah, it was Monday. With regards to Salah, his comments, players liking it, I realize this, and I get reminded because I do forget. But we can all read something and take it a different way. So I thought, again, for who Salah has made himself to be, for how he's put himself at the table, quote unquote, with Steven Gerrard with regards to not only his accomplishments, but what he meant in terms of a symbol for the club, representing the club. I thought it was in poor taste for what he said with regards to not only the timing of it, but the post of it. And again, he's on his way out. There's no ramifications. There's no pushback. There's nothing. He's gone. He says what he says. I'm not going to do the forensics and see who liked what or whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if the majority of the players that did like it were the players that weren't really getting playing time to begin with, or maybe players that were players that were leaving the club. Yeah,
it was a mix.
The reason why the battle got to where it was and why I found it, you know what, I'm not surprised, because when we have conversations with the Don Hussam, whatever I happen to say, I'm the wrong messenger. But Salah didn't need to make the post that he made. Another thing is, many want to infer that the post that he made was a direct shot at Slot. I think, and again, this is my 2 cents, I think what he posted was let's remind everyone at the club, let's remind the fans on what and again, I'm saying I as in Salah, let's remind on what I know Liverpool to be. And what he knows Liverpool to be is what he experienced under Jurgen Klopp. All right? But what got lost was he had nothing to say last season. He had nothing to say with regards to we need to get back to blah, blah, blah. We need to get back to heavy metal, whatever he was saying. We need to get back to not losing. We need to get back to winning trophies. He had nothing to say last season. Now, if I understand.
Because he was winning.
And this is the point, Flawless. This is what gets missed. And this is why I enjoy when we're able to have these shows and we're able to be level-headed. We don't need to yell over each other. We don't need to bring the mic close and talk loud.
This guy's relentless, yo.
When Salah was winning, he was like this. Now, when the club, not just Slot, but when the club was like, you know what? We are dragging our feet trying to sign him last season because I know he's having a remarkable year, but the numbers, history, Father Time, we give him this deal. I don't think we're getting the same Salah next season. Them dragging their feet was for a reason. Them dragging their feet kind of made sense. Of all the players that they should have invested in, it would have been the younger player with regards to Trent Alexander. But they did what they did with Van Dijk and Salah, and both of those players, surprisingly, Father Time hit them, and they kind of showed to be a step off. Salah, and let me read what they say.
He said, Mo said to Slot, play me like this and I'll win you the Prem. That's what he said in the first season. Alleviate me of the defensive duties. Play me closer to the goal. I'll win you the league. I could be saying along those lines, is what you told him.
So, a player telling the manager, play me like this. I will win you the Prem.
Yeah.
It's not how it works. That's not how it works. Salah, yes, I know what Salah contributed with regards to the attack.
When he says I, of course, he's not saying solely me, but I get what he's saying there.
No, he's saying I'll score goals, which we know.
Yeah,
we know why Salah wants to stick around as well. We know what, because with every game, longevity, he was surpassing another player. He was surpassing someone else with regards to goals scored or assists. He wanted to, and this is the biggest thing. This is what FSG had over Salah, why it probably took so long. Because they know he's motivated with these numbers. They know he wants to get to these milestones. So they had a little bit of a bargaining chip. We know what you want. And vice versa. I think what FSG have done with regards to player management, they clearly held on to Salah a season too long. When it comes down to Slot's tactics won them the Prem.
Yeah, well, he changed them this season.
So this season, he's got players that have left. He's got players that came in. Of course, you got to change it. Of course, you can't run the same tactics. Another reason why you can't run the same tactics is because players played you previously, and they now know what you're going to bring. They now know what you're accustomed to. If Salah was able to get away with not doing any defensive work the season prior, guess what they're going to do? They're going to make sure that any counters or any overloads are going to happen on that side because he's just going to stay by the halfway line and he ain't tracking back. Teams get figured out. I don't blame Slot for trying to adjust things and change it up, but I will say the fact that Mo put out those comments and said we need to get back to our winning ways. The fact that Mo came out and said we need to get back to our heavy metal. There were elements of that, of what Slot did last season. Now, is it saying this manager needs to go? No. Is it saying that he was only praising Liverpool with what he knew under Klopp? No, because he had winning and he had, quote unquote, those styles, those elements last season under Slot. Now, did Slot change too much? You can understand that. Can Slot change again? Yes. This is the funny thing. And when we have the conversations, you want to joke, Vader, I'm a little, you're a little too patient. You
have manager FC. Well, I hear it first.
But because I can also, and again, when my subs get to 5K, a lot more will be learned about Vader Games. But when you
subscribe, links in the title.
Large up everybody. When you coach or when you instruct, you can't coach in the element or in the moment and see, oh, the person's not getting it. They're never going to get it. And you can't coach in the moment and see they did it today and then next week, you know what? They're not that same level. They didn't do it next week. You don't hold it to what you just saw and say they're never doing it again. We saw Slot implement the right balance of tactics, change things at halftime, maybe get the starting 11 wrong or whatever, make adjustments, and took Liverpool to win. Did he get it wrong this season? Yes. To say that he's going to get it wrong next season and there shouldn't be any belief that he can go back to what he did in year one.
So we're gonna find out next season about him.
That's where I'm at. That's where it's not. That's where
you need to see more. I get it.
And that's not me trying to gaslight. That's not me being like, I want Slot there because that means the demise of Liverpool.
Because you said this about Amarim, and then you seen one game and then said, yeah.
Thank you, Flawless. You know what? That's the first time in a long time where you were actually being legit with that, because I was. No, you often want to say, oh, you're always ever in. But you
Why
knew.
you want this guy been on my case the whole show? Go on, carry on.
I haven't been on your case the whole show, but you've been really balanced. I want to point.
You said, I know you was going to say by your face. You was like, don't do that. You said something else.
No, I saw your face. You had this twinkle in your eye. I could see exactly what you're going to do. No, I know you now. I know you. The season's over. It's 38 weeks. I know exactly what's going down. What it goes down to,
you did say that, but like I was saying with Amarim is all that evidence and building up to that told you that boy, hey, that's a whole different conversation.
So I'll ask you this: for you being a neutral, do you think enough evidence has been seen of Slot year one and year two to say Slot isn't good?
Yes, because you can't have. I keep saying the same thing over and over again. Drop-offs happen. Yes. Yeah. The issue isn't the drop-off. The issue is the magnitude of the drop-off. I keep saying this. If they was 7-8 points off the top of the league, you'd be disappointed, yes. But you go, all right, cool, maybe you turn it around, injuries, etc. But not only do the stats and results are horrendous, like from an overall perspective, watching them play, that's where the issue lies.
Now, let me ask you this.
Go on.
If in a really odd way, just because I'm trying to get a balance here. If in a really odd way we saw that they hadn't performed like this since the last time in 1930 or whatever. Mm-hmm. If we saw something like they haven't had this many losses since blah blah blah, mm-hmm. and they were third in the league, would it be the same? Like the drop-offs are historic. Right? Yeah. The 500 mil is still spent, right?
All of this is drop off. I'm talking about them like being fifth compared to what they were supposed to do. You should not be fifth. You should not be behind Villa and Manchester United.
But flawless. Hold on. They shouldn't be behind, but at the same time, we got to look at their marquee signings, big signings, injured. Ekitike, attacking power, injured. Isak, attacking power.
Yes, they were struggling before Ekitike got injured. They were struggling.
I know. So sometimes you can struggle and you try to work yourself out, but you can't work yourself out because then you get hit with additional injuries that make it really difficult, right? So, but again, they were struggling, but also those injuries made it because again, those were impactful players. Then you get Verts that doesn't really hit the ground running. What I'm trying to say is
that's a problem on the manager. To have a player of that caliber and a marquee signing and you don't get the best out of him, it's a problem.
Okay.
I think if you go, that's where the issue lies, and then everybody else is also falling off a cliff, and you're going on your worst run and losing 9-12 and all this. I think they had 20 losses in the end and stuff like.
All competitions, but flawless. Also, you look at them relatively. They weren't terrible in Europe, right? Slot wasn't terrible in Europe. He wasn't. They were top. They were top of the league. The league format. They were one of the top clubs in the league format. They didn't have to do a play-in game. Yeah.
Did they do it? When did they finish?
They might have been fourth or something like that. They were up there. They were good.
Spurs were fourth. Let me see.
No, they were up there. They were comfortable.
I remember. But I look at it kind of like how I look at the Spurs situation as well.
What?
They wasn't. They played the play. Yeah. Wait. No, that's the wrong one.
No, they didn't have a play-in. They were comfortable.
Yeah, they were third. You were right. They
were third. So flawless. It's this thing. This is
Spurs were fourth.
Yeah, Spurs were fourth. Okay, but it's what you do in Europe. I also want to point out. Again, I was told that last season the Prem was tough. I was told that the Prem was tough last season.
The Champions League could take into consideration they had some poor games as well in there. They had some good games because they won some matches,
What do you mean
100%.
Oh, you mean like poor performances?
Yeah, they had some shockers. They had some very, very good ones, and they had some shockers. Like beating Frankfurt, beating Real Madrid, quality. The PSV one, terrible.
Atleti, they had a great game versus Atleti.
Yeah, but you can have exceptions. You can have exceptions to the rule, and that's what they were.
Yeah,
everyone knew that they were exceptions. Everyone knew they were exceptions to the rule.
The UCL games are exceptions.
UCL rules against certain opposition. Yes, it can be exceptions, and not just UCL games. If you are performing terribly week in week out in the Prem, and then you have a couple good games. Let's say they had 4 good games in the Champions League. That doesn't overlook what you did, and we all knew once they faced real opposition, they were getting packed up. And what happened when they faced the quality opposition?
Did they get packed up?
Yes, PSG battered them. PSG battered them.
Okay, but that's PSG though.
Battered them.
Yeah,
what we doing out here? But we knew that was going to happen. They struggled against Galatasaray in the first leg, if we're being really honest.
It would have been a different story if they were on the Arsenal side of the bracket. Yeah. But when it comes down to the manager,
why weren't they on the Arsenal side of the bracket? Because they lost to the likes of PSG. Not PSG. PSG.
But at the same time, they finished third in the overall. Like it's sometimes like, but they could have easily been.
Back to the original point is the anomaly. You're performing poorly week in, week out. A few good games in the Champions League, don't overlook that.
I'm flawless. I'm more consistent than most, right? Many are.
Yeah, because you said
what have you? Say again.
I said I remember you saying this at the time.
Yeah, but
they were performing well in the champs, but that doesn't overlook it. You wouldn't accept that, City.
I wouldn't accept what City.
Performing poorly in the Premier League, but doing well in a few games in the champs. You wouldn't accept that. I wouldn't accept that.
Flawless. I accepted poor in the Champions League and in the Prem last season.
How poor was you you weren't them?
What?
Bro.
I was 1 in 13 in the Prem last season.
Was that?
Sorry.
Oh yeah, the season before. Yeah,
the season before.
The season before that. Difference is with you lot. What were you lot coming off? You wouldn't accept that from a gaffer who just won 1 Premier League. What were you coming off at that point? What had happened the seasons before? What would you
came off winning the Prem, just like Liverpool.
No. How many? No. How many?
Oh, don't do that. No. That's a longevity thing. We can't do that. No, Slot just had the job. We can't. Now you're trying to do apples and oranges. It's impossible to make that comparison.
How many Prems? No, because it matters.
No, but okay, flawless. I'll say this. No, hold on.
You know why you can be patient, because your manager's got credit in the bank.
Flawless.
I think a lot of fans turned on him late because he had won the Prem. That's why he got backing. He got back.
This is what I'm saying.
The credit ran out, Vale. The credit ran out. See, because you wouldn't accept that from Maresca. Not a chance you would accept that from
Flawless. I'll tell you this right now. If Maresca gives me a Prem this season,
let's say Maresca
and then next, hold on. If Maresca gives me a Prem next season, and then the following season we finish 5th, I'm not asking for him to be sacked. I'm not.
You had 110. No. And you go on your worst run in 100 years.
No.
You go on your worst run in 100 years.
No.
You go on your. I'll ask you again. You finish 5th and go on your worst run in 100 years. You're cool.
I'm not. This is the toughest. This is the toughest league we've seen in a long time.
Right, we know. And you lose 20 matches. So you go on your worst run in 100 years. You lose 20 matches. You're just dreadfully awful anyway. You fail to beat all of the relegated sides. And the 6 games, you're calm with that. You go on your worst run in the century. Now it's different. You're cool with that, yeah? All right, man.
The reason why.
Man. Okay, Veo, sure. You know what I'm saying? I hope it happens, man. It's gonna be great to see you try back that. All right, man. You're gonna be standing alone.
I just want a Prem, Flawless.
Yes. Cool. That doesn't allow you to.
Why are we acting like winning Prems are easy, though? Why are we doing that?
No, we're not acting again.
You are
acting like No, it's not. Just because you win the Prem does not allow you to fall completely off the cliff. That's the point.
Falling off the cliff is not even qualifying for Europe. That's falling off the cliff.
That's not the case. It is. No, falling off the cliff is, again, you keep using it. They went on their worst run in 100 years. That is falling off the cliff, Vator.
No.
That is
It's not. It's
all right. So what's worse? Tell me a stat that's worse than breaking. That's 100 years old. They went on their worst run in a century.
Because you're focusing on the wrong thing.
How's that focusing on the wrong thing? They
I'll
went
tell
on
you.
their worst run in a century.
Because
what
when
are we
you
doing?
because when you can have your worst run in a century, hear me out. When you can have your worst run in a century and
Because
you
the
don't
league
get,
shut
you
the
see,
gate
you're stepping on it because you don't want me to finish it. If
Oh
you can
my
have
God.
your worst run in a century and not get relegated, when you've been relegated in a century, it's it's a lot calmer. Yeah, you're trying to do the calculations right
No,
now.
I'm just saying,
Hear me out. No, hear me out,
I'm
fellas.
listening. I'm
The worst thing to happen to your club in a century would be relegated. Imagine being on the worst run in a century and still not get relegated and finishing 5th. It speaks
not okay.
to what?
It's not okay. Going on your worst run in a century is not okay. You can't dress it up any way to me that's okay. And
It's
could
okay
sit
when you're
here
not
and say you would
relegated.
and you could sit here and say you would accept that. You're the only one. You're the only City fan on the globe
right.
that would accept that. Cool.
All right, let me
I'm
say
not gonna argue and say you're wrong. I'm saying you're the only person.
Yeah, so
There's
let me
no
say it.
football fan
Let me
at
say it out loud.
that would accept that. But
Let me say it for people to
on.
understand. Fans of today will sack a manager if they get relegated. Makes sense. Fans of today will sack a manager who has a difficult run, finishes in Europe, qualified for the knockout stages with regards to the UCL, and on top of that, had difficult runs throughout the season and still had that poor quality finish. So this is what I'm saying when we say it out loud, fellas, because you say, and you're emphasizing, the worst run in a century. Now, when we say that, the worst result in a century would be relegated. So imagine when you go on your worst run, it doesn't result in a relegation. It actually results in you finishing in Europe. That is where the perspective needs to happen. And you want to say, I'm the only one. For some people to understand.
Awful too. Fifth.
I know it's all. I know.
Equal.
I know. It's
you know
awful.
what? That's no. In regards to where they were supposed to be, that's equal. Finishing 5th is equal. What they were supposed to do, yes, is equal to relegation because they were never getting relegated. If me and you was managing that side when they get relegated, what we doing here? Let's stop being stupid. Let's stop being daft. Let's stop being silly. If they were managerless, Liverpool were not getting relegated. What we doing? If they manage themselves, pick Van Dijk, that team is not getting relegated because the individuals they have are better than most in the league. What are we doing here? They have their individuals are better than most in the league. So of course they're not going to relegate it. Let's stop being daft.
So the manager had nothing to do with them finishing 5th. They would have finished 5th on their own.
I think no. I must say
yeah. Okay. I'll let you finish.
No. I'm landing. I'm thinking about what you just said there in regards to it. Yeah, he's super trolling. Like we already know. Like what are we doing here? Like what is going on?
I don't see the comments. Who's telling me that I'm trolling?
Like AFC Boston said you're trolling. Sorry, that's what it was. But yes, like their worst run in 100 years. Like what we doing out here? They're going to accumulate points. Yes, without the manager. Yes. To answer your question, yes, they could finish 5th on their own in this league. That's bad. Yes, 100%.
Okay.
Because we finished 3rd and had the worst manager ever. I think maybe in our history in terms of points total, I could be wrong, but in winning percentage, but definitely in our lifetime, we had the worst ever manager in our lifetime in terms of winning percentage and still managed to finish 3rd because we weren't caught adrift. The league is not always a reflection of how bad you are. That's the point that I'm making. Just because you're 5th doesn't mean you played good football and did well and you don't deserve to be sacked. Because
they finished 3rd in the UCL.
Okay, cool.
How terrible was their football though?
Their football was awful. Overall, you keep going back to the Champions League.
No, because I'm using the evidence that we're having.
I've already said Champions League, they played well. They had some good games, Vader. They had some good games.
And so did the players do that on their own or did the manager do that?
Yes, the players did that by themselves, yes.
Okay, all right. See, we're not having a fair conversation.
No,
now everything that's accomplished by Liverpool was because of the players.
Okay, Vader. Yes, the manager helped. Oh my God. Yes, the manager helped. Okay. To answer your point, yes. The manager contributed to that. Cool. Happy now. All right. The manager contributed to that. It don't matter. But the manager contributed to it. Cool. Again, I keep saying the same point. A few good games does not eliminate what happened in the Premier League. What are we doing? Because they were awful the entire time. Just because you finished 5th doesn't mean you was good, Vader. Just because you finished 5th doesn't mean you could use in the league. The league is terrible.
The league's not terrible.
In terms of quality, yes, it is.
Okay, was the league terrible last season with Liverpool?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
can you pull
I've
up some
been
of the
telling you this for the
can you
longest.
pull up some of the comments from the Liverpool fans? Do they agree with you?
Yes. I'll ask them, hey, Pops and Liverpool, do you think the league was terrible last season? Why it matters, I don't, but it only matters because of the context of this conversation. But yes, the same way Spurs, who were battling relegation, finished fourth in the Champions League. They finished fourth in the Champions League, who were battling relegation, couldn't buy a win in the Premier League. A few good games in the Champions League, Vader, does not make up for being poor in the Premier League. That's the point that I'm making. Just because you finished third or finished fourth in the Champions League does not negate and go over the top of being good in the Premier League. That's the point that I'm making.
Where was Spurs before they let go of their manager?
7th, 14th, 15th, 16th, somewhere down there, bottom end of the table.
Okay, so if this manager had them 14th and 3rd or 4th in the UCL, it shows a manager capable of coaching, but not being in two competitions. The same way we had this Arteta, who wasn't able to.
They were struggling. They struggled with Frank when they was in the competition and not in the competition.
Yeah, but even before Frank, they struggled when they had.
Oh yeah, because they Ange. Because again they had Ange, who also wasn't good enough in the Prem.
Okay, so
he also wasn't good enough. He was a good manager, hence why he got sacked. Because Spurs shouldn't finish 17th.
No, they shouldn't have finished 17th. But he had them go on to win a European trophy.
Yeah, they did. They won the Europa League because the Europa League is not of the greatest quality either. Because look at who was in the final against them.
Okay, so just so I'm clear.
Yeah, go on.
The UCL quality is not so great. So when a Spurs or when a Liverpool finish third or fourth,
like I've been telling you this, but you don't hear me when I say
you can say it. Okay. You can say it. I can disagree, but you can say it. Yeah.
But it's consistent with my argument.
Were Liverpool fans in agreement that last year's Prem was poor?
I don't think they cared. I think they was too busy celebrating. I'll ask them again. Hey, Liverpool fans, do you not think the league was poor quality or not? Because their opinion on it don't matter.
No, but it's not about mattering. It's about being consistent. So if you said last season was weak, you're saying this season was weak.
Yeah.
And again, Liverpool fans, listen, you can disagree with Flawless. It doesn't mean you agree with me. All right. If you're hesitant not to want to respond. All right. If you want to say Flawless, you're wrong. I'm not going to use that.
Yeah. I think they most so say from Liverpool fans, I spoke to said they didn't care, but I've been saying it's weak.
But didn't care is a cop out though, Flawless. You see what I'm saying? Don't care is a cop out. They could easily say, you know what? The Prem was weak. We won it. Or the Prem was strong. We won it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No. That is 110% fair. But what I'm saying is doing well in the Champions League and doesn't overlook how you're doing poorly in the league. And that's what that is. Your league actually lets you know where you're at. Rather than cup competitions, the league genuinely lets you know. Hence why we had Liverpool, who were performing awful, who finished third, and then you had Liverpool, who were fourth, and then you had Sporting Lisbon, who were seventh. Me nor you think Sporting are the seventh best side in the competition. Did they win? Yeah, I think they won. But it doesn't. Yeah, the point I'm making is that it's not a direct reflection. Just because you finished third or finished fourth or finished seventh in the Champions League doesn't mean the manager is performing well. And if you have something to go off like the Premier League and you're watching your team week in, week out get packed, it goes to show that they're poor. Like Liverpool have been a poor outfit. You don't have Liverpool doing anything next season, nor do I. Why? Mainly because of the manager.
I'm not ready to say that.
Of course you're not ready to say that, but you don't have him winning the league.
Again, I'm not ready to say that.
You have him winning the league as of right now?
As of right now, no. They need signings.
Okay. All right, cool. You have City winning the league as of right now?
No.
Who you got higher, City or Liverpool? As constructed right now?
Currently constructed, City.
Yeah, okay. Go on, carry on. And you got Arsenal above them too as well, correct?
Yeah, they're defending champs.
And you have Manchester United above Liverpool as currently constructed. Adding Ederson for shits and giggles. Okay, so you have them fourth. All right, cool. You have Villa above them currently constructed.
As currently constructed?
Yes. As is right now.
Yeah, as currently constructed.
So you don't even have them in the top four. All right, cool. Obviously, that
I
can
think
change.
they're
That's
deserve.
got interest.
I believe their fifth is deserving. When I want to, I'm not going to project anything until
When
we
you
see signings.
when you say it's
So on
deserving,
currently constructed, I think Liverpool are
yeah.
fifth, deservingly so, based off of how the
No,
season
because
played
they
out.
finished it, so of course they deserve. If you where you are in the league, you deserve to be, but it
Yeah,
doesn't
but
mean
what?
you was good.
No, but I also don't
It's
mean
like Smalling finishing. Go on.
but
Sorry,
I
go
don't.
on.
I think it's not sacking worthy, is what I'm saying.
Okay,
The
and that's
same.
where we different.
Yeah, I know we're going to be in difference with regards to that.
Yeah,
I'm
and then you
also
go come around October, November, and be like, yeah, I got you. You're right, but go on, carry on.
again, if I see a performances to warrant, like, listen, these guys aren't good. It's going to change. They should be getting some signings. They should be improving on what they need.
They'll get signings. They'll 100% get signings.
Yeah. So when it comes down to you want to project and say I'm going to agree with you when the time comes. If they get signings that they don't play any better, yeah, I'll be in agreement. If they're currently playing with a Salah who tried to pretty much throw the club and Slot under the bus in the middle of the season, saying people want me out.
So
I can understand a club struggle for some consistency.
And they played worse without him.
They played worse without who?
So eye test is subjective, but stat test they played worse without him. And the eye test they did as well, to be honest.
I don't think they were as vulnerable defensively when Salah wasn't playing.
I think they had a 35% win rate without him, 65 with him, something like that.
I think they conceded less, but obviously they would struggle to score without Salah. But they did concede.
But the point
less
is that the overall point is that I'm making is you don't have that drop off after having that investment as well. That also has to be added into it.
Yeah, I hear all that, but
that's why I'm saying it's sacking. That's why I'm saying it's sacking worthy. You don't do all of those things. All of these things I've listed are unacceptable. That's what it is.
All that's good, but when many want to throw out something historic, right? And this is the one thing you said it. They've done things worse within a century.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Liverpool have been relegated before, right?
Think so.
Yeah.
Well, how does I don't get how that helps your argument?
Because the argument is when you can have a run that's the worst in a century length of time and it doesn't relegate them, it speaks to what of a challenge it was for them and still to finish fifth. Now you want to say, and some want to say, they did that regardless of Slot. The players would have done it themselves. If Flawless and myself were managers, we would have went on this terrible run. They still would have finished fifth. It did made a difference. Slot's no good. Hey, you guys can say all that. Cool.
Well, you agree with that?
I don't agree with that.
You don't think we could finish? So where could me and you manage Liverpool to? Would they have got relegated with me and you in charge? How bad do you think of these players? Do you think this side's a relegation side? No, you don't. So what are we talking about here? Well, I don't know why you keep talking about
because
relegation.
I'm not going to sit here and say that I would manage better than Slot.
You don't think not about
there's people you got to manage.
I think we could manage as bad as him is what I'm saying.
No, I know.
I think we could manage as bad as him. Yes, I could go out there and diss Liverpool. I diss them now. I do it for free. So he could. I could do what he does. So do you think the players are relegation side? No, they're not. So they're never getting relegated, Vale. That's the point I'm making.
Yeah,
I'm going over the top and being facetious by saying me and you to make a point.
But I also
relegated. So you bringing up that point is a mute point that makes no sense. Is the point that I'm making because they was never ever getting relegated with the caliber of players they had. I'll go one further. If they had worse players on the Slot, yes, they could have got relegated. If they didn't have the caliber of players they have, they could have got relegated under him.
Those are a lot of
relegation runs. What are we doing?
Okay,
going on relegation runs is not as bad as being relegated, but it's awful. Being in relegation form is Chelsea were in relegation form. Chelsea went on one of their worst runs ever. The manager should still be gone regardless, and then eventually did get sacked. Like what we do, even if he had won the Prem before, being in relegation form is still an awful thing. You should never ever be in relegation form, ever at a top club. Never ever ever should you be in relegation form. What are we talking about here? And if you are, it's the Pep thing where you go, hey, you know what? You've just won 4 in a row. We give you a blind. If you won 4 in a row, you shut up and go, yeah, fairs. Because Fergie and Pep are the only two that get away with that. So let's stop using them as the anomalies. There's no one else that's allowed to slot shit.
Because you win the Prem. I didn't use the anomaly.
Because you can win. So because you can win the Prep. No, but you'll say, all right, well, Pep went 1 in 12. I'm talking about something that you said before. But because he's Pep. Pep can do that. You know why Pep can do that? because he's Pep Guardiola. You know why Sir Alex Ferguson can do that? Because he's Sir Alex Ferguson. There's no way you should win the Prem and then you're allowed to be in relegation form next season. I don't know why that's so tough to comprehend. What are we talking about here? That's not crazy. But
okay, because regardless of whether you have relegation form throughout the season, you do enough to get things right. You've gotten things wrong. You've got things right. You've gotten things wrong. You definitely had a longer stint of getting things wrong. But at the end of the season, I think a manager still gets credit for finishing 5th when they were in a relegation form. I also will not. I won't dismiss. I won't minimize the fact that they had quote unquote inconsistent or their success in Europe in the UCL. You have to, and this is where, again, maybe I'm overly patient. Maybe I'm taking this with regards to balance. I'll look at a game like an Atleti and see how Slot performed and managed and coached and say, he's got the ability. He's shown it. Now, was he consistent? No. I'll go and say, okay, who was available to play after the UCL game in the Prem game and who was there? This is the balance that I don't see. Many just look, okay, what, win, loss. Okay, he's not good enough. The run, and so when I mentioned Salah and the mutiny that he showed, and again, this is why I say this. I don't think I could manage Liverpool because if I had to deal with a player, but let me make this point because I'm not using this as a heavy thing. I'm saying, but when you have a player who's your star, who's supposed to be the leader, who's supposed to be the example, saying, I'm not playing because people in my club want me out. Imagine managing that, right? So they had such an inconsistent run. They had a manager that had to show some type of backbone, some type of disciplinary actions towards a star. Okay, and when you have, and this is what I'm saying, I know that they went on this stupid, ridiculous, only in a century run, but look at the circumstance.
You just say that casually as well. It's crazy.
No, I'm not saying it casually. I'm saying it because there's a lot of factors within it.
Casually. Again, that's what I'm talking about when I say it casually. There's a lot of factors in it. There's no factors where it's acceptable, Vator. There's no factor, zero factors where that is acceptable. There's
when you're a star,
I don't care, Vator.
Okay,
that's the point that I'm making. Like, there's no factors that make it okay. There's no factors that make it okay to drop from 1st to 5th after spending 500 million.
What factors make it okay for a player to say what he said?
What did they about what? About what? They've been going back and forth.
So when is it? What is it acceptable for a player to be going?
Once the manager makes it okay to be public, yes, it's fine. They've been going back and forth. Yes, they've been trading barbs back
once
and
a
forth.
Manager makes it public. You think Slot fired the first shot?
No. Whether he fired the first shot or not, you responded publicly. You didn't have to respond publicly. You could have dealt with it internally. Since you know more than me, who fired the first shot? Was it Slot or was it Salah? I can't remember.
Okay, that's not even a point that we need to emphasize now. So when you have a player like your star that's doing it privately, let's not even bring up the fact that Slot made it publicly or whatever. When you have your star player,
I don't know who it was. Go on.
When you have your star player Salah doing what he's doing, and you're trying to manage a season, is that ever acceptable?
What did Salah do? Because he spoke out. You've allowed that. Because you've been firing shots at Salah. Because you've been firing shots at Salah and the players all season long. You've been doing this, so you've added fuel to that fire. So Slot has fired shot at
managers challenge players all the time.
Okay, there's a difference between challenging players and taking shots at players. There's a distinct difference, and you know that. There's a distinct difference. I'm not with it at all, to be honest. I don't like any of it publicly, to be honest. That's just my personal way. But to answer your point, because you asked me the question on it, no, I don't. Like, why is it allowed? You've made this public. And you've took shots at not just Salah, you've took shots at other players who haven't said anything. So you're saying to your players, hey, this is okay. Cool, it's fair game. That's what that is. That's on you. That's not solely his fault, but you've played your role. If that's me, I'm not doing that. I'm shutting that shit down immediately. This is not, and I'm not expecting any more of you that I'm expecting of me. I'm saying we can say what we want to each other privately. Let's get out the way, but publicly don't say anything. The point is I'm making, there's no factors for the way Liverpool was looking. Even forget the records, how they looked was awful. Even games they won, and something I to go further into detail, there's games they've won and they were awful.
Yeah,
they were dreadful.
And there's games that they had difficult. And there's games that they've had difficult where he set them up to win and they didn't get the result.
That's also true.
Yeah, but so
that's with every manager. That's with any manager who's failed. But he got it more wrong than he did right, is the point I'm making. They looked awful more times than they did right. Is it all on the manager? Of course not. But when everybody's failing and the team is failing, everybody looks to the manager.
All right. So,
like I said, this is just the same conversation we had about Amorim. Man, look how that turned out.
No, don't make that.
It's the same conversation.
It's not the same conversation.
Outside of him winning the Premier League.
No, but it's not in the same conversation because did you have your star players, your marquee summer signings injured? Is that what Amorim was dealing with? No. This is what gets ignored.
Injured? Who was
injured? Isak was injured. Ekitike was injured.
Ekitike got injured late. Stop it.
Yes.
Ekitike got injured late. Stop it. When did Ekitike get injured? Stop using Ekitike. He was there the whole season. Ekitike started more games than not. Isak, I hear it. Stop using Ekitike.
Ekitike wasn't supposed to be the starter. It was supposed to be Isak. So when
Ekitike performed well, he was one of their better players, to be honest. What are we doing out here, man?
And when he's one of their best players, and they have to play Gakpo all the time instead of even having rotation with regards to Isak.
You continue to play Gakpo all the time.
So who else should they be playing?
Play Rio.
No one else.
Play Rio. Play Chiesa.
Okay.
I think Rio and Chiesa perform better than him. Yes. Because if Gakpo was injured for the entire season, did they go out there with 10 men or did they play someone else? Yes, he chose to play Gakpo the entire time.
Okay.
That's the point that I'm making. Like, what are we doing out here? Stop using Ekitike's injury. Ekitike played games.
What are we doing? It's one example. You want to emphasize Ekitike.
No, because you keep saying injury. So Isak, I agree with you.
Because those are their main flawless. When their attack was weak, and a problem.
He played 28 matches in the league. Stop it. Played 28 league games. Stop acting like he was injured for the whole season. He played 28 matches.
What does playing 28 matches mean?
It means he was fit and available.
When did he start?
All right, cool. I'll tell you right now. All right, I'll tell you now.
When was he leaned on to have to be the starter for Liverpool?
Cool. I'll tell you now. 1 second, man. Pretty much the whole season because he played. 1 second. I'll tell you now. Hold up. Jesus Christ. 1 second. He started 21 matches. 7 off the bench.
All right, so half the season. So half the season.
21 matches, and we got to add in the Champions League since you want to mention it so much. So it's more than half the season. Played 21 games. What are we doing out here? Yeah, 21 starts, 28 matches, plus he played Champions League. 1 second. Hold up. He played... Let me check. Because you want to keep bringing up the Champions League. He played 12 matches in Europe. So he would have played every game.
Okay.
So he's been fit and available is the point I'm making, and he was still awful is the point I'm making. Played in 28 matches out of 38 in the Premier League. There's a good return. That's not no injury problem. There's no injury concerns there or whatnot. He got injured late is the point I'm making. When did he actually get injured? Let me find a month. Hold up. Your second option attacker played the majority of your season. Yeah.
And then when we say they didn't look as good as they should have, we're trying to be like,
because it wasn't just that. So quarterfinals.
I know it wasn't just that, but Slot played his second.
Go on.
Slot played his second option striker rather than his first in Isak.
14th of April. So he missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He missed 6 matches. He was unavailable for 6 games, maybe a couple more during the season.
Okay.
And it was awful the entire time.
Who was awful the entire time?
Liverpool. Like season-wise. Like overall, I'm saying. They was dreadful. Like
They were dreadful. They were dreadful. Yeah, they were dreadful the entire season.
They pretty much the entire season. There was good games, yes, but performance-wise, results-wise, etc., yes. And when I say results-wise, because finishing 5th was never the MO. So them finishing
Yeah.
fifth is horrendous. Is the point that I'm making.
No, and I'm
This is
in
not
agreement with
Sunderland
that.
finish. If Sunderland would have finished fifth, phenomenal result.
And I'm in agreement with that.
Yeah, just making sure. Like that's all. Before you say they finished fifth, like it's some accomplishment. That's not a good thing because you keep bringing up Europe.
Because you keep bringing up the worst run in a century, and I said the worst run in a century still didn't have them relegated. That's why you keep bringing up one point, so then I bring up the other point. I'm not the one keep bringing it up.
And then I bring up the other point that they were never getting relegated, Vato. You keep using this relegation. They was never getting relegated with the caliber of players they have.
So they didn't even finish outside of the bottom half with that run. You don't even have to focus on the relegated part. They finished fifth with their worst run in a century that you keep bringing up.
Because the league is terrible, Vato.
According to you, Flawless. Where were the Liverpool fans in their comments? Did they agree with you? Is the league trash?
They didn't respond.
Yeah, because they know. Because they don't.
There were points then, because you like bringing up points total. They finished fifth on 60 points. They finished fifth on 60 points. If that's not indication of a terrible league, I don't know what is.
No, it means that it's a tougher league if there's less points.
Oh my God. All right, man. So you think the league's better now than it was 5 years ago? When you lot was going hand in hand, you and Liverpool.
It doesn't matter what I say.
No. Answer my question. When you and Liverpool was going band for band with 98 and 99 points, was the league tougher then or tougher now?
I think the top quality of the teams in the league, the representatives of the league, were better.
I don't know was the league tougher now or tougher then? Overall,
I compare it to Europe. I'd have to compare it to Europe. I don't know.
Compare it to so see.
I know that the clubs representing the league. I know that the clubs representing the league in Liverpool and City were better. I know that for a fact. I know that how City and Liverpool were playing, we were better.
Yeah,
with regards to the entire league, I don't know.
Oh, and Pops answered it. He said yes. Sai, you can answer it as well. There you go. You're getting your answers. They're saying the league was washed last year. Yes.
You said the league was washed last year.
Yes. You literally just said yes, I did. I'll get him. Hey, Pops, type out again.
Is he saying yes, I did answer or yes?
I'll get him to type out again. Pops, Sai, Liverpool fans in the chat. What's the question? Was the league terrible last year in terms of quality? I'll get them to answer it again.
And you know what I'm gonna do?
Honestly, world class for a manager that's been dreadful and performed dreadful, but they did well in the Champions League. And because they didn't get relegated.
What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back, and I'm gonna watch, because again, you do your shows with the Liverpool guys. I'm sure there were comments about talking about the quality of the league last season.
He wants your response, not what you were told. What did you think? That's what he's asking. Am I correct in saying so?
That is correct.
Yes, there we go. Let us know. Oh yeah, super world class, where it makes for entertaining show. All this for a manager we know that's going to be here next year is crazy. But he did the same shit with Amarin, and now look where we are. And give him patience and give him time in his own players.
You know, for a manager that's what?
A manager that's not going to be here next season. This time next year. 28th of May, 2027, he won't be in charge of Liverpool Football Club.
Oh, that's a different story.
He won't be. But because we know he's not good enough and he'll eventually get sacked. Yes, it was poor. We weren't great. Flawless last year is worse, but this is way worse. So you got any other Liverpool fans in the chat? Let us know.
All right. So what I love about this,
you got your response.
Yeah, no, I got this, and it's there to be seen. I'm going to go and watch when you were doing your thing with the Bayesian crew, Liverpool fans, and what they had to deal with, what we were talking about the league. If I hear any one of them say, you know what, I ain't listen to Vader and him talking about how the league's trash and all this stuff. If any of those guys said and were against what I was saying when I said the league was weak, and they were in disagreement, and now today they're saying, "Oh, you know what? Yeah, the league. I'm exposing all of them." So just be clear. There's no clips of you guys on your channel or on this channel talking about the league being strong or weak last season. Because I remember it very differently. Every Liverpool fan was defending last season, saying last season was tough.
Yeah, we said 60 points this season gets us 9. So I'll ask you again, do you think the league was tougher when you lot was going band for band, getting 98 and 99 and 98 and 97? Or is it tougher now?
When City and Liverpool were...
Liverpool were going band for band, 97, 98, 98, 99 over that 2-3 year period, is the league tougher then or the last 2 years?
I'd say the league was tougher then compared to the last 2 years. But there's...
So the league's weaker now. Okay, we got there. Thank you.
Yeah, but there's trash, and there's weaker compared to the peak. right? If this is the peak and they happen to be here, or are you telling me the league's down here? It's very different. Very different. One can be worse and one can be trash. I'm hearing this league is trash, and that's why finishing 5th and their run shouldn't be.
I think this league is trash. I think if you
I'm
take
saying it's
any
worse.
of the-
You're saying it's trash. So that's why I'm trying to understand
but
where
saying
the
same
worst
thing.
is.
But we're saying the
We're
same
not saying the
thing.
same thing. We're not saying the same thing.
If I'm saying it's worse, then yes. I mean, if I'm saying it's trash, of course it's worse. What are we talking about here? Of course, if I'm saying it's trash, of course it's worse. What we do?
No, flawless. But we're not saying the same thing, flawless. If I say the league, league is worse this time around, I can be saying this is what I remember with Liverpool, and this is now where it's at with Arsenal. You saying trash? Cool. When I hear trash, I'm not thinking that it's like this. I'm thinking trash is like it's down here.
All right, cool. It's middle ground, whatever. We both think it's worse. That's something we agree on. We got there in the end. You think this league is worse. I think this league is worse. So I'll ask you another question. Is this the worst the league's been in terms of overall, in your opinion? In the past 10 years. We'll go 10 years. Since 2016.
I honestly don't know. I'd have to do my homework because I'd want to see where the league is at.
It's definitely the worst it's been in the last 5. Because that was the 97, 98, 98,
it's
99.
It's worse.
Okay.
The league is worse than when it was with City and Liverpool going at it. Yeah.
All right, cool. So we got there.
Now,
we got there in the end, people.
Now,
yes.
Listen. I think Slot delivering a Prem, again, this is just me. You guys don't need to agree. I don't think winning a Prem is easy. I don't think a manager... No, hold on, flawless. No,
nobody said that. Don't do that.
I just said for me. I didn't say for anybody. I didn't say for anybody. I said for me.
Nobody's in disagreement of that. Stop it. Nobody thinks that winning a Prem is easy.
Yeah, but if you let me finish, you understand where I'm going at.
Nah, I don't like you. Don't take the shot at the start. Go on, carry on.
Okay, I don't know why that sounded like a shot. All right, we all agree that winning a Prem isn't easy. I think that falling off the following season, as disastrous or poor run as it may be, because again, I get it. Klopp got a bly because he'd won the Prem, and I believe he'd finished outside of Europe, but he gets a bly. I get it. What I'm trying to say is, what? Yeah, they played in Europa a season with Klopp.
Where did they finish?
They would have finished 5th or 6th because they had Europa.
So they finished the same place. All right, go on, carry on. I'm gonna double check. Go on, carry on.
So I get it. He gets a bly because he delivered a Prem. He had some consistency and he delivered them one UCL and one Prem.
So it was the same. Okay, so they finished in the same slot. And also he didn't have what we need to add into there as well is, like you like to mention, injuries. And he had much more than Slot did. And
what do we do?
He didn't have he
didn't have a star, and he didn't have a star that was.
And he didn't have the recruitment and the investment, which adds into it too. If he would have had the investment that he had and he would have had that season, whole different conversation later. Different conversation.
No, it's not a different conversation.
So investment don't matter.
It doesn't matter. He would have been given a bly regardless. We established it. Just like you said, it's an anomaly with Klopp and it's an anomaly with Pep because they had credit in the bank.
No. I used Pep and Sir Alex, but I go one further. If Klopp had 500 million to spend and had that season, there would have been much more scrutiny of him. He wouldn't have been given a bly. I disagree with that.
Okay.
I would disagree with that. You win the league, spend 500 million and drop to 5th. You're under scrutiny.
Okay. So if the Liverpool fans are still in the chat, I don't think they went from winning the league straight to Europa. I think they had a season where they finished behind City and then had Europa. So it wasn't even a season after winning the Prem. But
did they win the Champions League the following year?
No, the year they fell into Europa wasn't after winning the Champions League or the Prem. No. They went from winning the Champions League. The following year, they won the Prem, and then I don't know where they fell.
So they won the Champs, then won the Prem, then fell.
Yeah, but I don't think that was the season they fell to Europa. They fell to Europa a little later on.
Okay.
But what I want to stress is we all agree winning the Prem ain't
and
easy.
He did. This is go on, Kari. Go on. This is also too. He also won along the way also. So you won the Champions League, won the Premier League, had a bad season, and then fell to Europa. Good. I can't remember it, so that's what I was just checking. Sorry, I was just making sure.
He didn't start winning the others. He didn't start winning League Cups or FA Cups until the quad chase and just before he left. Like those weren't priorities for him either. He changed that up. But if Slot to wrap things up, if Slot goes from winning the Prem, finishing 5th, and I know all that stuff. You want to say regardless of the injuries, regardless of the investment, regardless of
get it right. Injury. There's no reason. It's not plural. Ekitike was there for the majority of the season. He was available for the most part from August till May. Sorry, August till April.
Flawless. I don't have the chat up. Do Liverpool fans that let you just say stuff like that? Like you think Slot and managed a season with just an injury?
So tell me these major injuries.
I don't know it like that, but the manager had McAllister.
If you don't know it, don't say it. If you don't know it, don't say it.
But you don't know it and you're saying it.
If you don't know, don't say it.
But you don't know and you're saying it.
No, I do know they didn't have no major injuries. I can say that. Who were the major injuries to their marquee players? You keep saying this.
Now, who were their major injuries to their marquee players?
Yes,
see how
Isak. That's it. It was just Isak. Everybody else was there, fit and available for the majority. Injuries happen during seasons. Ekitike was available from August to April. Their season was already done before then. It was over. They was out of the title race, as you kept saying they'd given up when, Vader? In November, December. It was over. What we out here talking about? They was out of the race early. You said it. I remember you vividly saying it to him.
But I have no problem with the manager being outside of the title race. I'm not saying that he deserves
I'm talking about their season being... I'm not talking about being outside of the title race. I'm talking about their season being over before this injury to Ekitike. So I'll ask you again. Who are these marquee players that got injured outside of Isak that derailed their season so bad? This is what I'm asking you. Because you keep saying it. And I don't know who outside of Isak.
All right. So Frank Pong was their marquee right back replacement.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, Liverpool fans, but I believe he had an injury spell as well. I don't know their club like that, but I know that, again, Flawless being specific, their marquee signings, if we're going to do marquee signings, it would have been Wirtz, it would have been Frank Pong, it would have been Kirkes, it would have been Isak, it would have been Ekitike. I think, and I don't know them very well, I think Frank Pong had an injury spell, I think Wirtz had an injury spell, and I think... Obviously, we talked about Isak and Ekitike. That's 4 of what I believe the 5. Now, what Flawless determines to be major, I don't know. But a team that's going to be fluctuating, that's going to be inconsistent.
Frimpong wasn't a marquee signing. This is a Liverpool fan telling you this. I'm using your word. You want to hear from the Liverpool. Like, this is your fault. You want to choose to down this hill, fam. That's not me.
So the only marquee signings for Liverpool is going to be Isak and Wirtz. Is that correct? So now when we want to talk injuries, and because we're going to now be so specific, tell me about the Hold on, Flawless. Let me finish this. Now, if I'm going to be asked, tell me about the marquee injuries. If there's only 2, what are we doing here? We got to talk about injuries overall now.
So you was the one who said marquee? I didn't.
You said marquee. I reacted to you saying marquee.
You said marquee, not me. You said marquee injury. You said that.
I mentioned that they had a marquee. I mentioned that. So if I mentioned that they had a marquee injury affecting their attack.
No. You said marquee and you didn't say marquee injury affecting their attack. You said
injuries. Okay, because you want to then tell me that Isak doesn't count with regards to injuries. No, so
again, you ain't even listening again. Isak counts. I've said Isak counts.
Let me finish. When I said Isak and Ekitike, you said Ekitike played for the majority of the season. Yes. That doesn't count. So when I say marquee injuries, in my mind, as I'm speaking to you, includes the 2 of them. You want to take one out and then minimize it to 1. So now the conversation is marquee is 1 because it's Isak. When I also want to point out they lose Trent Alexander, they get a right back who's supposed to be Frank Pong. Hey, Liverpool fans, you want to point it out? Hey, it's not a marquee injury. Liverpool fans are saying it's not a marquee. Okay, calm. But the right back that they just signed, that's supposed to be...
Just say injuries. You doing too much. You trying to be overboard and go over the top. And now because it's caught you out, now it's an issue. Just say injuries. Say
I
they
could
had
care
injuries.
less.
Just say injuries. Just say no, but you do care because this is why we're talking about it. Just say injuries derailed their
No.
season. And then we can go off it. So forget Marquis.
Okay.
You are the players that are injured that you are saying that
All right.
derailed their season. So you're saying
because marquee
wait.
injuries makes this so much more of a understanding or acceptable circumstance. Let me take out the marquee to your point. Because I mentioned marquee, it's that much more impactful.
Yes, because
the key players that they signed in the summer.
Because you use the word specifically.
All right, so we've taken marquee out.
No, but I'm pointing out the fact you use marquee for a reason to try and make it bigger than what it was.
No, I wasn't trying to make anything bigger. I thought Frimpong being the replacement to Trent Alexander is a marquee signing.
You are very smart. That's why you use the word.
No, but I wasn't being smart in this instance. I was just speaking straight.
Having marquee injuries and having regular injuries are two different things. Marquee injuries makes it much worse because you're trying to back up your point. And then when your point gets refuted, you don't like it. Cool. Like I said, and I say it again, they had one marquee injury, which was Isak. I hear that. Like, I'm with you on the Isak one. So just say injuries. This is on you being extra, hence why we spent 5 minutes on it. If you wanted to say injuries derailed their season, let's have the conversation. Who were the injuries? Tell me who the players who were injured that you think have derailed their season so we can move the conversation.
Frimpong, who's supposed to be their right back.
Frimpong's one. Cool. Frimpong, who else? We got Isak too. Who are the others?
I don't know how long Verts was out, but Verts was out for a spell. I don't know how long he was out.
I'll tell you now.
Is Verts marquee? I don't want to use marquee wrongly. Is he marquee?
Verts is definitely marquee.
Okay, Verts is
definitely
Verts.
All
right, I don't know if his length of time out is long enough to be considered injury impact, but when you have a important player like him out, I think it does cause some issues.
Here it is. He missed 8 days, 12 days, and 4 days. No, he wasn't out for too long.
He missed
Just check his injury record. He missed 4 days. He missed 8 days. He missed 12 days. He missed 4 days. He missed
how many
games? I tell you, he missed 6.
Okay.
In the season where they play 50 plus games, he missed 6.
Yeah, we know that they play 50 plus games. They weren't limited to 40. But when it comes down to how many games that they played, when was he injured? Because you want to talk about.
I'll tell you now. He was injured from the 21st of the 11th to the 28th of the 11th. That was the 8 days, and he missed 2 games. From the 21st of the 2nd to the 4th of the 3rd, 12 days, he missed 3. From the 7th of May to the 10th of May this month, he missed 4 days and he missed 1 game.
Okay.
So is that a significant amount in your opinion?
The way I know whether it's significant is when I look at what you mentioned, their century poor run, and see where that spell happened. So if the injury time of when they were If the injury time of when certain players were out and the slot not being able to manage his squad in the UCL and in the Prem and this terrible run that they've never had in a century long is how I would put that in perspective.
So the century, so the 9 and 12 you're talking about, yeah?
I don't know. I don't know what the run was. I don't know what the run was.
They've been in so many. I'm guessing the 9 and 12 was the century one. So all right, we'll match it up and see in regards to. Actually, I just asked Pops. When was the 9 and 12? When was the 9 and 12? What are we doing out here?
And is the 9 and 12's got to be all competitions, right? They're probably lumping in League Cup. They're probably lumping in FA Cup. So this is where
we're not lumping in FA. League Cup, yes. FA Cup, no.
Okay, so League
and
Cup.
Also lumping in also the
UCL.
Champions
They're
League,
lumping all that into.
Yeah, where they perform so well. Yeah. So that makes it okay. So because Verts was maybe missing for those games, which we'll find out in a second. I'm gonna do this. That makes
again, it's not about making it. So again, I don't know why you want to summarize it. It's not about making it okay.
Nah, it's great. It's great. Pops, hold that, man. Sorry, go.
It's not about making it. It's not about making it okay. It's about
this is what we talk because you said was the Verts. But before we get into that injury, so we've established Verts wasn't injured for any length of any long stretch of times. He missed 6 games. Who else was injured? We've got Isak, we've got Frimpong. Who else? And it was from September ending onwards. And to clarify, let me just make sure to do this as well. He was available during that period. So from September onwards, Verts was fit and available when they went on their worst run. He was there. Their worst run in the century, Verts was there. We've established that now. So who else was injured?
Okay. So between their key players signed for the summer, I don't know the other run of players' availability, but from my short remembrance of the season, I think it was McAllister. I think it was Frank Pong. I think it was
Frimpong we've
Isak,
established.
like we've established. I
Yeah,
think it
McAllister-
was
yeah,
Verts.
yeah.
I think it was Verts in terms of the spell.
Verts wasn't. No, there was no long spell as we've established. His longest spell that he missed was 12 days, and he missed 3 games in that, and that was from the 21st of
He's only missed
February
3 games
to the
all
4th it
season.
is. No, during that period, he's missed 6 games all season long. He missed 6. I'll say it again: 21st to the 11th to the 28th of the 11th, 8 days. He missed 2 matches.
And you
From the
and
21st
again,
of the 2nd to the 4th of the 3rd, he missed 12 days. He missed 3 games, and then this month, from the 7th to the 10th, he missed 1 game. So he's missed 6 games in total all season long. So he's
Okay.
been available for much part of the season. And McAllister, who you just mentioned, has missed 1 game this season. Via injury.
he's
1
missed
game. He's missed
He's
1
missed
game
one.
via injury. 1 game.
Okay.
I'll pull it up on the screen right now. 1 second.
So he's played 49 games.
Something like that. I'll check now. But there you go. You can see it there on the screen. 28th, 18th for the 8th to the 29th of the 8th. 12 days, 1 game missed. I'll tell you how many games he played now. Because I listened to the Bayesian lot talk about how he starts and how he's playing all the time and all this type of stuff. I'll tell you the amount of games he played this season. Because the times he might have been dropped from the squad. He played 55 games this season. He played 37 in the league. He played 12 in Europe. And then he played 4 in the FA Cup. And then he played 1 in the League Cup. So that's established. So McAllister, no veil. He was fit and available. He's missed 1 game. And he played 55 overall.
Okay. All right.
So who are the other injuries? Since we want to go this route, because we've still only got 2 injuries according to this. So we've got Frimpong, we've got Isak. Who are the rest? Verts was available for most of the season. McAllister was available for most of the season. Who else?
So if there's a simple way to do a search on Liverpool injuries throughout the season, you could have it right then and there. I don't know if it's a quick Google search or request.
Yes, Google.
But
It's a Google transfer market.
So again,
Like-
with regards to what I put my ear to and listen, I heard McAllister has been poor for the season.
Yeah, he's been
my
shocking.
assumption is part of that poorness is because he wasn't fit. If I'm just hearing he was just poor because he was available and was just poor, he's just poor. I'm not going to, and again, I love when you do this because I think you're proving a point. I don't know Liverpool like that, but I'm gonna inquire and see that when they have drop-offs, it's player performance, it's manager, and it's injuries. When we get to this point in terms of how many games were you out, who was playing when, if we want to go week by week, it's long and we can do that. There's more than just the manager being poor to Liverpool's season. The biggest reason why I brought up injuries to begin with, because he had to manage that as well as this squad.
But we've established there wasn't a lot. So when I say I'm proving
No.
You said injuries is a part of the reason why they've been derailed. I said, tell me the injuries.
Okay,
You've told me 2 players. You've told me 2 players failed, and they're not.
There is a site that tells you how many the most injuries per club. I believe it was Spurs and Arsenal.
Yeah.
Where Liverpool falls on that, if
Liverpool
they have
had injuries, here the thing is, but it wasn't to key players like that.
If
it was Van Dijk, Kanate, Gravenberch,
key player, it wasn't to key players.
not to key players like that. No.
What are key players? The starting the starting 11.
The better players and your most important players, the players you wouldn't want missing for a length of time. So we look at the list of the squad. I answer the question. We look at the list of the squad and go, hey, if such and such gets injured, or such and such gets injured, or such and such gets injured, you know what? Fuck, we might be fucked here. That's how you would look at it. Of course, it's not solely down to the starting 11, but more often than not, it would be starting 11 players. It would be Ederson. It would be Van Dijk. It would be Kanate. It would be Gravenberch.
And Ederson played all season.
It would have been Isak. Ederson was the injury one, yes. I don't know how much he played. Let's double check. I'll go check right now as we speak. Give me 1 second. I know Ederson had his injury problems, yes. He did. Let's see. Alisson's definitely a big miss for them, 110%. But we established McAllister and Verts both played. So them being injured, I don't know why you said this. You said injuries. He played 26 matches in the league. He played 35 games overall. Alisson back up. No, not ideal. Not ideal whatsoever. Media, yeah, it's not good. I'm gonna check how long he was out for right now. Give me 1 second. Injury record. Transfer market, by the way, people. That's the site. That's the site. Transfer market. I'll tell you now. Give me 1 second. I can't fucking find it. And run up the likes. Are you lot not entertained? What are we doing out here? Make sure you subscribe to Vega Games TV. Hold up. I can't find it. 1 second. I'm trying to find it now as we speak.
That's all good.
Give me a second. Because this is not telling me. And in regards to when you say about them being top of the list and high up the list, that's because their new signings and stuff like that got injured, like backup centre backs. Connor Bradley got injured for a long time and stuff like that. They had those type of injuries, yes. But we watched him not play those, well, not so much the centre backs, not play Connor Bradley, for example. I'm trying to find Allison's now, but it's not showing. Hold up. And see. All right, here we go. For some reason, the shit ain't showing up. Where is it?
So, when you have,
there we go. Injury.
When you have players that are out for,
so he had one long stint where he missed 62 days from the 20th of the 3rd to the 20th of the 5th. He missed 12
I don't think
games.
anyone's going to say that Alisson Becker has been available enough this season.
No, he hasn't been available enough, but I'm pointing out in regards to, like you said, it's key where the injuries occur. So he missed from the 1st of the 10th, this is this season, from the 1st of the 10th to the 19th of the 11th. He missed 50 days. He missed 12 games. Some of those are Brazil. I'm not sure. Liverpool and Brazil. So from the 1st to the 10th.
I think every Liverpool fan would say that a part of their struggle was no Alisson.
Okay, cool. But then when he came back, they also struggled. They continued to struggle. Yeah. Were they better? Yes, because Alisson is of a certain quality. But yes. But you know what? For argument's sake, I'll give you Alisson. So you've got Alisson, you've got Frimpong, and you've got Isak. Who else? Because you said injuries.
So how many more do you need for injuries? When your key keeper is out, when your key lacking in attack, when your key striker is out, how many more need to be listed out? And when you have an underperforming right wing in terms of Salah wasn't injured, but when you have
underperforming everywhere, don't just say underperforming right wing. Everybody underperformed. Everybody underperformed.
Quote unquote, he carried the team last year. So if so much was on him last season, and then the following season he falls off, you can see why the club would struggle. Why Liverpool would struggle.
In regards to the injuries, is the deputies good? That's also key as well. Is the deputies good? Is the players you're bringing in good?
There was never depth. There was never depth for Salah, and I know Salah wasn't injured, but Salah wasn't.
There weren't depth for Salah. No, but I'm saying in regards to the injury conversation, what is the replacement like? What is he of the level of? That also adds into it. If the replacement is poor, I'll hear this. Your replacement isn't poor. Mamardashvili, I hear it to an extent. They're being critical of him.
Yeah,
Ekatike performed better than Isak when he played. He was a better option for them. He was a better player. So even when they was fit, they was poor. And then when the players was missing, they was poor. What are we doing? So how many more do you need in regards to injuries to answer your overall question? Much more than 3. It's got to be at least 6 to go on the run they had. Now, if they was 10 points off top with these, I'd hear it. If they was 10 points off in third, I'd go, you know what? I understand that. No Isak. Frimpong wasn't. Salah had fallen off. No Alisson. But you don't drop to where they dropped to is the point I'm making. The magnitude of the drop-off is what I'm continuing to talk about. With your point, if they were 10 points off top, I wouldn't have this energy. I go, yeah, I hear it. 3 players is not enough to go on your worst run in the century, in my opinion. I'm sorry.
Okay, so
because then what happens? What happens next season if Alisson, Isak, and Frimpong get injured again?
But Flawless,
and then we go to shit. All right, go on.
But understand this: we are having a conversation, listing off many things. When I talked about the mutiny, whatever you said, Slot made it public, blah blah blah.
They both contributed to that mutiny. Yes. So he can't use that. That can't be used for him or against him.
No, I'm not using it for or against. I'm saying when it's listing out the things that have affected this season, the injuries wasn't the one and only thing I mentioned.
No,
it was in the series. So we got all here because then you wanted to emphasize the injuries with regards to why
because
it's
I don't
unacceptable.
believe because I don't believe injuries is a problem. Hence why there is multiple things and we can go into each thing individually. But when you bring something up, and I believe it to be
because
false,
I think it is a factor.
Okay,
no, but
cool,
the reason why I say that is because I think it is a factor. The same way
this is where we disagree.
that's fine. You could disagree.
Yes.
You could disagree.
And so we have the conversation, and you're telling me 3 players is enough for them to have this drop off. I disagree with that. What happens if 3 players get injured next season?
Okay, but when I want to point out
is it okay next season? If Ederson gets injured and Frimpong
it's not just injuries.
And let's say they have a mutiny again, and everybody underperforms. Forget everyone underperforms. They have a mutiny. Cody, I don't know, whoever you want to vets and Slot have a mutiny. Mutiny, this word. And Frimpong gets injured, and Isak gets injured, and Ederson gets injured. It's okay for them to have this season again. Let's say they spend 400 million.
And your talisman, whoever happens to be your talisman for the season, is crap.
Yeah. Why is your talisman crap?
You're asking me to answer why Salah's crap.
I'm asking your opinion on it. Why do you think?
I have no idea.
Crap?
I think he aged out.
Have no idea.
I don't know. I think he was poor. You disagree that Salah was poor this season?
Absolutely not. I'm asking your opinion on it, Vale.
Sorry.
I asked your opinion on it. I said, why do you think he's been poor?
Why? Oh, I thought you said why do I think he's been poor?
Oh, well, no. Why do you think he's been poor? As in, I agree with you. He's been poor. Why do you think he's performed poorly? There we go.
I think. What's up? All right.
Cool.
I think Father Time caught up to him. I think a reluctance to play to what's been asked of him, because again, I think the quote was brought up early, play me like this and I'll win you the league. I think there was a lot of pushback to like, hey, I want you to play differently. He wasn't up for it. And on top of that, I think he had a drop off. Okay. Like plain and simple. So your talisman is doing this. You, again, injuries played a part, not the only factor. And a season with regards to a season with regards to a manager who I would say, from a spine standpoint, you could disagree, but I think your spine, when you lose a keeper or you lose a defenseman, you lose a key person in midfield, or you lose your attacking player, I think that does.
They lost 1. No, they lost 2. They lost 2, okay. And one of them is a very good deputy.
And I think when you lose 2 and those other things that I mentioned, I think that could lead to a difficult season. I think that could lead to a difficult season, and a season where you're like, you know what? Let me see whether this guy who delivered a Prem can do it right next season. Whether he does it right next season, like I've said before with regards to you, if Amarin, and I said this in the offseason, when I didn't see a change in Amarin's style, I said, nah, he's not with it. If there's not a change in Slot style, by even preseason games or the first game of the season, I'll be right there with you. But if I see him playing like he did season 1, I think he deserved his time.
So he'll be here game week 1 like the Damarim thing. Oh yeah, I didn't see a change.
Wait, you want to say that Slot is sacked by game week 2? Is that what you want to say?
No, because their ownership's terrible. Thank you, Si. I know this guy didn't even say bless me. It's crazy.
What? You sneezed.
Yeah, I sneezed. You sneezed.
Oh, God bless you.
That's cool. What was I saying?
No. God needs to bless you. You're moving reckless tonight.
I think no. I'm moving on point, and this is great because I get to not only have this conversation with you, I get to dunk on Liverpool even more. So it's fantastic. But yeah, no, the board don't sack him because the board are not very bright. That's why.
The board of FSG just delivered their second Prem to this fan base. They've been doing a lot of things right. They're showing patience with a manager that delivered them a Prem that only Klopp was able to do. I think they'll make the right decision if they don't see things going the right way next season. But Prem ain't easy. We all agree to that. I think he deserves more time.
To be said. Yeah.
I just got hit up. I got to go do prayers with the minions.
Gotta do your thing, man. Shout out your channel though and all that. You joke, man.
Guys, you listen. I'm going to have true one and the chat. I gotta have the one with the chat. Not that I'm gonna be reading the chat because y'all are ridiculous. I go back and watch the show after the fact and I see that y'all are ridiculous. But I'm gonna have a convo with the chat on my channel very soon. It's under construction, but please subscribe if you're new. Also understand
Make
the
the
energy.
construction quicker. Go on.
What?
I said make the construction quicker. We need you back.
Oh, this guy.
Up the
Listen,
pace of the construction. Yo, pay the
like
people more to get
flawless,
it more
like flawless
construction.
tells his ladies, you can't rush perfection. All right. So when the show comes back, it'll be back, ready to go. Bless up to each and every
That's what he
one of
tells
you.
his wife. You know what I'm saying? You can't, hey, you lucky to be
Bless
with
up.
me. That's what he tells his wife. Yo, look at him.
Bless
You
up,
about to go
bless up.
tell her that now? You know what I'm saying?
No,
Baby,
listen,
you
we
are
got
looking
prayers
like
right now. We got
you-
prayers right now.
Yeah.
Everything's
After the
wholesome.
prayer, but he tells his wife, you don't need to pray. You found me. That's what he tells his wife. You know what I'm saying? Oh, your prayers
Yeah,
are answered
I
with
tell
me.
wifey she doesn't need to
Go
be
on.
spending that time. She's good. She doesn't.
See,
Sometimes she's
look, he
like,
just tell her that. This guy's out.
I tell her she doesn't need to be spending any time. She's perfect. But listen, everybody.
Oh, that's
Next
nice.
week we got the show. Predictions. Arsenal are winning the UCL, and we're gonna deal with that next show. Bless up.
Oh yeah, before
And-
you go over here.
And chat, I don't know if you guys were in agreement, but Flawless didn't. I mean, he realized, but he didn't want to be honest with it. City winning previous prems was much better
Go do your prayers,
than
man.
Arsenal
This guy,
winning
yo.
prem.
This is this
Yeah,
guy,
Bless.
yo.
What were you gonna say? What were you gonna say?
I wasn't gonna even ask you then. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, looking forward to the World Cup for Canada. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, listen, it's gonna be tough. I hate the format. I hate how it's not four teams in the bot. Like, but I'm hopefully being able, anybody coming out here to catch a game, we'll link up, be in the chat, destinations. We can do something. I'm near Yonge and Eglinton, easy spot. Transit's mad easy, but I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful we can do something special. Maybe we can make it out of the groups. But yeah, man. Yo, bless. I got to drop.
Yeah, man. Blessings, man. Every single time, Vader, man. You lot, make sure you subscribe to Vader Games TV. The verbal sparring that happens with me and Vader, as per usual. Big up to everyone in the chat. I don't think I missed anything in the chat like that. I didn't. But yeah, big up to. But yeah, this guy trying to gas up slow. You don't see any change and But subscribe to Vader Games TV. Final few questions on Manchester United. I know we've been here talking 3 hours. It's mad. It's mad. But were you lot not entertained? So I would say, you lot not entertained. You put on shows, we put on shows out here. You put on shows. So final few questions, run up the like, subscribe. Again, subscribe to Vader Games TV as well. Also, I even think the gang's active. I was gonna run clubs, but I don't even think the gang is active. I don't even think so. Matt said, no, subscribe to Vader Games TV. Subscribe to Beijing Red TV as well. But I even know who's active, right? Yeah. Like, let's see. Massive, but I still hit the like. Appreciate. How many likes are we actually on? How many likes are we actually on? So we're at 77 likes, man. Girls up to 80 likes. Big up earlier as well to Blank for all the super chats. Big up SB, super chat, Don C, couple super chats as well. Yeah, like, slot should be gone. Nah, because the thing is, I can talk from just a footballing perspective. I can take the Manchester United hat off and be like, all right, boom. I talk to you lot. I always let you lot know when I'm talking from a Manchester United fan perspective and when I'm talking from a footballing fan perspective. And there, when I'm talking with Vader talking about Liverpool, that's not a Manchester United hat. That's footballing hat. Now, if I'm talking from a Manchester United perspective, yeah, keep him, man. Flawless, who do you think I'll be at marquee signing this summer? Probably a Tonali. It seems to be Tonali and Tchouaméni are the two names that continue to pop up, that continue all of the time, is those that continue to be in the news cycle. I don't like the price points that they're talking about because they're trying to talk close to 100 million. I don't like that for either of them. Obviously, my preference would be Tchouaméni, but I keep saying it. I don't think he's available. I don't think he's going anywhere. But if we were to get Tonali, cool. If you're telling me it's Ederson, Mateus Fernandes, or Belieber, and Tonali, I go, all right. And then we need to carry on. I know someone was asking earlier as well, do I think we can get Tonali and Lewis Hall from Newcastle? Yeah, I do. I think it makes it tougher because they don't want to lose two players of that caliber, especially to another team in the league. But do I think we could get a Lewis Hall and a Tonali? Yes. But maybe you have to pay a little bit more. Maybe it's you just say, hey, 150 for both of them, man. Or 150 for both of them. 150 combined, yeah, for both of them. So, for instance, like 80 for 160 for the other. Then you go, yeah, that's calm. That's what I would do. That's what it is. I said we need Hall with Tonali. I reckon it'd be more than 120 million, but if you could do it for 120 million combined, 130 million combined, 140. But then, like I said, it's 80 for one, 60 for the other. Around that, I'd go, yeah. Do I want Enzo Fernandez? No, I don't want Enzo Fernandez. I think he's a good central midfielder, but that's it. And I think his best attributes is box crashing, which is something we don't need. Like, because he can get on the ball. He's technically good and he can pass the ball and things of that nature, but I think he's at his best in the final third and getting into the box and getting goals and getting assists. We have Bruno for that, hence why even with us loosely being linked to Morgan Rogers, like I rate very, very, very highly, but it's like, where would he play? Like, is he being brought into play? Like, because Bruno starts all the time and is he brought in as a 10? Is he brought in as a left-sided player? Oh, shit. Sorry, Marshall, as well, man. Big up to Casually for the raid. I got to stop doing that, man. Big up Marshall. My apologies, Marshall. My brother, forgive me, man. Forgive me. Was in the heats of chatting to Vader. Make sure you lot subscribe to Casually FC. I apologize. I hate when I miss raids. I apologize. I do. I need Mount and a guy to leave. Both of them get a fourth midfielder in. In the ideal world, X, I would love that. Do I think that happens? No. So just go get free. And then they don't play. Yeah. You already know what Vader's like, man. So you lot make sure you subscribe to him as well. Trying to see who's active for clubs. Trying to see who's about still. But yes, in the ideal world, I'd love to see Mount and Agate leave, but we can't get rid of all the players that I don't rate, unfortunately, and replace them all. I still think we're 2 summers away from being at a certain level anyway. But Newcastle can't sell Hall and Tonali after they just sold Gordon to Barcelona. Why can't they? It might make it tougher to do. Of course they can. They're Newcastle United, respectfully. They could sell Hall and Tonali. This could be the end of the era for like that team in regards to it now starts getting broken apart. That team they had 2 years ago with Isak, Gordon, Barnes, Tonali, Bruno G, Joe Linton, Hall, Livramento, Pope, Shaw, do the other centre-back, Dan Burn. So, yeah. I have a feeling it's Anderson. Anderson wants City. That's what all the reports are saying. All the reports are saying he wants Manchester City. And if he wants to go Manchester City at that price, let him go. Don't pay 100, 115, 120 million for him. Maybe now, Sai. I even know if he was active. Let me just message everyone now if I can find out. That's what I'm going to do. I know it's late. Let me see who's active. Let me see. Message all these lot. But yeah, I don't see Anderson. Then again, I'm not 100. I don't see Chouameni either. I'm not 100% convinced about Tonali. I don't know who they go and get. Like, I don't know. It's their headache. I don't know who they go and get. I really, really, really don't know. I don't know. Ederson can't be the number one option. Do you believe Ederson's the number one option, I say? Not going to lie, Flawless Good. Anderson is so good, but it is what it is. We have to move on. Yeah, that's what it is. I would have liked Anderson at the football club 110%. I think he's a good central midfielder. And he would have been good here. But for them prices they talking, and if you prefer City, you prefer City. Like, I'm not one of them that get upset about them things. We move. United have been rejected by players before and will get rejected by players again. I've forgotten about Belieber this season. How's he been? Form's been up and down. You know what I'm saying? Super, super up and down. But I would still take him. And we've still been linked to him as well. So, yeah. I'm afraid it's only Ederson and Fernandez. Not enough. We need 3. I don't think it's Ederson and Fernandez. I think we go and get 3. I know the report said marquee signing, which wouldn't be them, ironically. I think we get a Mateus Fernandez or a Belieber and a Tonali or a Chouameni or someone like that. Belieber has been linked to Spurs. Yes, he has. So I think it'll be Fernandez and Belieber. And the marquee one, I don't know because I'm not convinced by any of them. So when I say I'm not convinced, not that they're not good, but about United signing them. Tonali, I'm 50-50 on. I think there's a 1% chance we sign to Tchouaméni. Less than 1%, like 0.5%. Who else? Anderson, people saying it. Anderson, yes, Anderson would have been a marquee signing for the price point and being English and stuff like that. Yeah, he would have been. But he's looked City bound. I don't think they're going to pair Wharton next to Mano, which I would understand. So maybe they go elsewhere. They go left field with it and sign someone for 80 million we don't expect. Because that's the 4 right there. That's all the names. Fernandez, Believe, well, forget that. The higher price players. Tonali, Wharton, Anderson, Tchouaméni. I don't think we get Camavinga. Bruno G would probably still be expensive because they're saying that's the issue with the Tonali deal. Who else? Would I take Kovacic? No, absolutely not. No. I'm not taking Kovacic. I want nothing that City have got. That City are trying to sell. That's what I'd say. Any player they're trying to sell, I'm not with. No, absolutely not. And with that. But where was I at? Yeah, it's... Yeah, but yeah, I think we get 3. I do think we get 3 midfielders. I just don't know who the most expensive one is going to be because they all look unlikely. They all look super, like, to me, this is just me. They all look unlikely. All look super unlikely. Nah, Tonali's a quality player, man. He's a quality player. He's very, very good. Defensively and offensively, like, very, very good. Like, he has the technical attributes. He has the physicality that is required. He's got the mental attributes as well. So, I think Tonali would do fine. I would say so. Just trying to see who's actually about. Sai, you about? What are you saying? Wharton would be, yeah, but I don't think you're pairing Wharton next to Mano. I don't think they're doing that. They could, but I'd worry about that in certain instances, in certain games. And I don't think they'll do that. Between Wharton and Mano, I worry about the defensive prowess there. Because none of them are really defense first. Mano gets stuck in and gets his job done. Wharton is not as sound defensively as Mano is. As much as I would love the signing of Wharton. So yeah, I'd love to sign Wharton, 100%. Again, price point is key. But we'll see what's what. Yeah. So I'm unsure. Just trying to see who's active. Sai, what are you saying? You active? What are you telling me? I don't even know who's active. I was late when this show ran over. I did not expect this show to go on. One is going somewhere, played good tonight. Don't diss Kova. Every team needs him. Go Croatia. So, all right, Dreamer. If Kova's, I'm not dissing Kova. I'm just saying I'm not taking him. If Kova's so good, you lot keep him. You lot need midfielders. You lot keep him. Because Bernardo Silva's going, and then the others are up in the air like Veta was saying, keep him. If he's that good. You know what? City, all yours, man. I want COVID nowhere near. I'm cool on Kovacic. I'm cool on Kovacic. Yeah, and he's 32. Yeah. I'm good. Leave that to you, lot. I'm not involved. I'm not invested. All right, let me see who's live before we close out. Can't leave the show in like 3 hours. It's mad. It's all mad. Yeah, ain't no one live. I'm gonna have to send you lot to those. What do I think of Maresca at City? I think he'll do well. I think Maresca's a good manager. I think he did well at Chelsea. He's a good manager. So I would say. All right, let me set up this next stream. Well, run up the likes, hit the subscribe button as well. And don't forget, people, this show and all the other shows you see on the channel, apart from... Sorry, my mind just went blank, people. Yeah, all the shows you see on the channel, apart from watch-alongs and fan calling shows, are available on all audio platforms. So Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, etc., people. Right, I'm just setting up this next stream right now as we speak. I even know who's active, but we're about to find out. Yeah, like I said, I didn't expect this show to go on so long. But please continue to support Sarcasm City TV. Make sure you subscribe to Veta Games, man. That's family tree right there. We just the reason why we argue is because we are family. That's why. This guy is proper wind-up merchant at times. Shout out Veta though every single time, man. That's bro. Reinders though. Reinders is good. It's a good player. Yes. Yeah, Dreamer. Enjoyed this show, man. I hope you lot did too as well. I'm literally going to redirect over to the gaming channel right now. I'm just literally setting it up as we speak. So you speak, literally doing it right now. All right. Gotta do this quick. See who's active, see who can join. I think is it playoffs? It might be playoffs. Still. No basketball as well. Strange. Feels strange having no NBA. No playoff games. Because game 6 is in a couple of days, isn't it? So you're always just working while I'm working. You don't know the vibes. So as soon as you head over to the gaming channel, run up the like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Might even end up on a loan thing, I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, hope you lot all enjoyed the show. Again, big up Blank for the super chats. Big up SB for the super chat. Big up Dunsey for the super chats. Big up all the regulars. Big up all the members. Big up all the moderators. Big up all the new people. Everyone, whether you agree with me, whether you agree with Veta, whether you disagree with Veta, whether you disagree with me, I appreciate all of you lot each and every time. And just because the Premier League has come to a close and the Champions League is coming to a close doesn't mean the content is going to stop. We're going to keep the content rolling, people. We stay there, man. Sarcasm City is the city that never sleeps. So we will continue to roll out content before the World Cup, during the World Cup, after the World Cup, then into the Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, League Cup, etc., etc. And we'll still keep all the shows going regularly. You'll just get World Cup watch-alongs on there. You get World Cup content. Of course, we're going to keep up with all the transfer news as well. So like I said, we're not stopping, people. We're not stopping. We're keeping it rolling. But this has been the Manchester United, Manchester City podcast. Mandem United pod meets the Mandem City pod live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in. See you like in 2 minutes.